time is now.
What's up, everybody? We're here at the ASL. We're going to be interviewing our 4 players, and after that, we'll be jumping into our games. Ro.16 and I are back doing StarCraft 1. By the way, 2018 has been an insane year for StarCraft 2. What a great super tournament we had.
Woot woot, raise the roof,
as they say.
as they say. But now we just have a whole bunch of StarCraft 1 until that BlizzCon comes around, so this should be fun. It's a good group.
All right, let's meet our players in Group C. Best, Mini, Shine, and Last. Hello, everybody. Starting with you, Mini. After that group nomination, you've had a lot of time off. Do you feel that you've had enough time to prepare for today?
준비할 시간이 많을수록 좀 저는 괜찮다고 생각하거든요. 그래가지고 좀 추석이 껴있다 보니까 좀 준비를 많이 했습니다.
Yeah, we had a lot of time off, so I definitely had some time to prepare.
And he prefers that, he says.
ASL밖에 이제 준비할 게 없다 보니까 이제 리그맵만 거의 계속.
So far, I only have to be ready for ASL. So I've only been prepping for these maps. What about you, Shine? You've had some time off. For some time, you were acting like the spokesperson for Group C, drawing a lot of attention.
네, 조지명식
You did your best to get a lot of Protoss in your group.
마지막에 이제 성현이가 들어와서 좀
I
준비하면서
think the start was pretty good for the group nominations, but since last in this group, that kind of messes things up for me. So I had a hard time prepping for that.
힘들게 준비했던 것 같아요.
There's a lot of strong Terrans lately. And throughout the preparation, I did struggle a little bit. It was not easy for me. Best, over to you. Your first opponent's Last, and he's a very strong player. Since Season 3, this is the first time you have attempted to play in the quarterfinals of an ASL. You must feel some pressure, especially against strong Terrans like these. Yes, since Last is very strong recently, I think it's not going to be easy, but the maps are actually probably more favorable to me. That being said, I'll say he's still a very formidable opponent. Anyways, I still think I have a good chance.
ASL에서 프로토스 상대로 최근 전적이 좋지만은 않은데 오늘 조 좀 어떻게 느끼시나요?
네, 일단은 제가 그동안 프로토스
You've been doing great lately, Last, but your record against Protoss is not exactly perfect. He says, yes, I've lost against Protoss previously. I'm actually eager to show that I can overcome that matchup, the matchup TDP. I've definitely had enough time to prepare. And I'm looking forward to proving with my results today what kind of a strong player I am. We've got a lot of questions from the fans. This one's from Minnie. Minnie, whenever you lose the games, you look so sad. At least from what we see on your face.
근데 지금 일단 16강이라서 일단 멘탈 강화.
Seems like maybe you need to focus more on your mindset.
오늘 이제 멘탈 나갈 일이 없을 거라고 생각합니다.
어차피 2승으로 진출할 거라 멘탈 강화는 다전제부터 준비를 하겠다라고 얘기를 하셨는데 아마 좀 비슷한 맥락의 질문이지 않을까 하는 생각이 듭니다. 경기력이 좋을 때는 한없이 좋은데
Similar question over here too.
이것도 멘탈이랑 문제 있는데.
Oh, they're saying you play better in groups, but you're not as good in the later parts of bracket format. What do you say to that?
그래가지고 이제 뒤에 할 플레이를 좀 제대로 못 하는 것 같아요. 그러니까 초반에 이제 잘 풀리다
Well, the game goes as well as I expected.
초반 상황을 생각을 안 하기 때문에 이제 뒤에 상황을 좀 잘 풀어 나가는 편인 것 같아요.
Screwed up, and if I make a few mistakes, it kind of I can't get it out of my head. I can't focus in after that.
자, 그리고 오늘 같은 조에 있는 선수들 중에서 멘탈만큼은 이 선수 정말 강한 것 같다라고 좀 느끼는 선수가 있나요?
개인적으로 성현이 형이 일단 침착함을 좀 많이 잃는 것 같아요.
네. 김성현 선수 이 생각이 좀 동일하시나요? 멘탈만큼은 좀 흔들리지 않는 것 같으세요?
저는 네, 제가 별로 딱히 흔들리진 않는 것 같아요. 준비한 만큼.
Last has you have a strong mindset.
또 그러면 이번에는 이영환 선수 질문을 전해드리겠습니다. 예전에도 이영호 선수를 잡기
he
위해서
plays
무려 10년 동안
as much in offline tournaments. He plays much offline tournaments as he does when he practices. And Shy,
등장을 하고 있는 것 같아요.
네.
거의 이제 뭐
you mentioned
이영호 선수를
you've
장독대처럼
had
보지
builds
않나
that are
사람들이
secrets that you haven't
하는
used for
생각이
10
드는데
years.
버렸어요 그거.
A lot of people are surprised to hear that.
그렇게 두고 써먹으려고 했는데 저번 시즌에 이제 성균이한테 안 먹히는 거 보고 아 이제
I'm not saying anything.
그런 빌드보다는 다른
I'm
부분을
also-
노려야 되지 않을까 해서 좀 새로운
I
것들을
tried to
많이
use it once
생각하고
against
왔어요.
mine and it didn't work.
다른 부분은 어떤 부분이요?
이제 그런 전략적인
I'm
빌드
thinking of
말고
coming up with
네.
some different
기본
strategies.
능력이라든지
Maybe not also just focusing on my builds alone.
이런 걸 좀 많이 생각을 했는데
네.
아무래도 그 여파 때문에 좀 쉽지는 않을 것 같아요.
Just kind of improving on my overall skills, my
이래놓고 또 새로운
control.
전략을 좀 보여주지 않을까. 이게 또 좀 페이크의 인터뷰가 아닐까 하는 생각도 드는데
그것도 좀 사실
네.
없지 않아 있긴 한데
So this seems like this is a fake interview.
그냥 늘 하던 대로 한다는 생각으로
Is this another part of your strategies to be more ambiguous in your interviews?
다음 질문 굉장히 좀 날카롭습니다. 이 선수 상대로는 빌드 열심히 깎을 필요
Let's go to this
없다.
next question.
좀 그렇게 생각되는 선수가 있나요?
저는 원래 토스전 할
Are
때는
there any
빌드를
players
깎지
you feel like you don't need to prepare that much to play against?
테란전이 좀 많이 부족해서 테란전에 많이 준비를 하는 편이고
네.
토스전은 그냥 늘 하던 대로 유닛 뽑으면
I don't so much-
때문에 가벼운 마음으로
Mostly when it comes to
자,
tricky
그럼
builds, I use that more against
토스 중
Terrans
한
and
분이 도재욱
Protosses.
선수께 이제 질문을 전해드리겠습니다.
I'm just
이
confident
최근
against
기본
Protoss in
기존
general.
이미지를 벗어나서 이제 여자 BJ들과 어울리면서 웃음이
Over to
많아진
you,
것
Best.
같은데 오늘도 굉장히 좀
You've changed your image
스타일리시한
as of
느낌이
late.
드네요.
I guess you're hanging out with a lot of female streamers.
웃음만큼이나 어떻게 좀
Will that
대회에서도
affect you
상승 기류
positively
타볼 수
in your
있을까요?
game?
근데 이거는 조금 그런 게 솔직히 이런 것 때문에 우승하면은 경민이는 이미 우승을 5번 했어야 되거든요. 그래서
그건 맞는
예.
얘기예요. 네.
그래서 뭐 이거는
That works positively to the games.
네.
제가 열심히 하는 게 중요한 것 같아요.
I think Harangi should be winning everything by now.
많이 좀 도는 것 같은 건 사실이죠. 이런 컨디션도 또 선수에게 굉장히 중요하지 않나요?
중요한데
네.
Even having a good life, right? I mean, your condition's in
똑같다고
good
생각을
state, right?
하거든요. 근데 사람들이 많이 뭐 좀 밝아진 것 같다 이러더라고요.
제가 느끼기에도 입꼬리가 조금 많이 올라가신 것 같아요. 그래서 오늘 경기가 더욱더 좀 기대가 됩니다. 도재욱
A lot
선수.
of people have been saying I have good facial expressions most of the
테란전은
time.
언제나 좋은
I don't know, guys.
성적을 기록했던
I think it
도재욱
means he
선수.
looks
도재욱
happy.
선수에게
Yeah.
테란전이란
사실 테란전 없었으면은 그냥
You always have
바로 먹었죠. 근데
you always have great results
근데
against
뭐
Terran. So what does Terran mean to you?
요즘에
This is a meme, by the way.
좀 적응을 하고 있거든요. 그래서 좀 과도기에 접어든 것 같은데
Without Terrans, I wouldn't be able to make money as a pro gamer.
다시 한번 좋은 모습.
Finally, a Protoss that tells the
네,
truth.
오늘 진출 가능성 좀 높게 점치고 계신가요?
솔직히 저는 너무 어려워서 그냥 저는 한
Yeah, anyways, even though I
30%
struggle
보고
against
있는데,
in other matchups, I can definitely show some good games against Terrans.
네, 알겠습니다. 기대하겠고요. 자, 계속해서 김성현 선수께 질문을 전해드리겠습니다. 이 저그전이나
He said, "What's
테란전은
your expected win rate
거의
against
지지
Terran?"
않는다는
He says, "I feel-
마인드 안진마인데 이
He says if his
프로토스전은
builds
그렇지
work out,
않습니다.
he expects to do very well.
본인이
Otherwise, it's about
생각하기에
30-40% if the game gets thrown up.
그 토스전도 이제 게임할 때
Seems like you have no
안진만데
way to lose a game against a Terran or a Zerglast, but against Protoss it's different. Tell us about
그래서
that.
이번에 더 준비를 많이 했고 그리고
Yeah, I have the same mindset when I face Protoss, but the results don't pan out that way.
테란전도
I especially focus on TVP,
꺾고 올라가면은 제가 이제 극복을 하는 모습을 보여드릴 수 있지 않을까.
and today is when
네, 오늘 김성현 선수가 극복을 진출을 하게 된다면 토스전 극복뿐만 아니라
I think he's basically saying that Protoss is a milestone he needs to overcome, and he'll be doing that this
마지막
tournament.
질문 역시 토스전 관련된 내용입니다. 이 변현재 선수에게는
Well, we have one more question regarding matches against Protoss.
최근 이 2달간 온라인에서 좀 전적이 열세인데 그래도 두 토스
You lost
중
against
누가
Mini
조금 더
last
좀
time.
까다로운 토스로
2
생각을
to
하시는지.
일단은 둘 다 스타일이 달라가지고 굉장히
You lost against
이제
Best recently as well.
까다로운 면이 있는데
Between those two Protosses, who's actually the more difficult opponent?
게임하는 입장에서
Well, they both have different play styles.
이겨도 뭔가 이긴
I
것
suppose Mini's play style is
있어요.
it's really annoying and frustrating to play
지금도
against.
변현재
him.
선수는 고개를
Even if I win a
숙이고
game against Mini,
이 경기 생각에 여념이 없으신
it's
것
still
같아요.
I'm not in a great
무슨
mood.
생각하고 계세요, 현재 선수?
솔직히 이거
Mini looked to the floor when you said that. What were you thinking, Mini?
게임 생각을 하고 있거든요.
네.
그래가지고 별로
신경 좀
인터뷰는
써주세요. 그래도.
I don't really care about these interviews. I'm just trying to go in and play a good
게임
game.
이제 그려나가는 그냥 그런
She said, "Hey,
거나.
please care about the interview."
사념에 잠겨 계셨군요.
He said,
자,
"No,
그럼
I'm just gonna
변현재
focus
선수가
on the
오늘
games.
어떤
Just
또
try to
새로운 전략으로 이겨도
bring some
이긴 것
good
같지
games.
않고 저도
Okay.
진 것 같지 않은 마음을 선수들에게 좀 선사를 할지 기대하겠습니다. 네 선수 모두 인터뷰 감사드리고요. 오늘 멋진
All right, that
경기
does it for the
기대하겠습니다.
interview.
고맙습니다.
Let's go to those games.
네, 8강을 향한 끝없는 경쟁
That's really
ASL
funny, man.
시즌 16 16강 시즌 경기 오늘까지
If
저와 함께
hanging out with
해주시길
female
바랍니다.
streamers was going to help, then Harangi would have won every
Yeah,
tournament already.
that was funny.
Thank you, everybody, for coming down. It's going to be a kick-ass night. We have last, of course, the most recent StarCraft 1 champion.
Yes, the winner of KSL. But like they were saying in the interview, he did have a little bit of a hard road against Protoss. I'll be quiet.
Quiet.
그룹 C의 지명이죠. 변현재 선수를 원하는 분들이 좀 많았어요. 어떠세요?
일단은 시드사 중에는
네.
제가 일단 제일 약하다라고 생각하거든요. 그래가지고 저를 탐내는 것 같은데
네.
저는 미리 누구 뽑을지는 정해놨었어요. 바로 뽑을.
네, 알겠습니다. 이영하. 와, 저거를 뽑아요.
저구 구단 이영하를
네.
데려왔습니다.
사실 이게 사전에 물밑 작업이 약간 있었어요.
있었어요.
현재자 프로토스들에게 살짝 이제 언지를 줬는데
네.
약간 현재가 살짝 흘깃하더라고요.
둘 다 좋은 것 같아요.
근데 잘 선택해야 돼요. 워낙에 정치 노려하는 사람이라. 근데 그러다가 설계당해요.
네.
근데 제가 원하는 사람을 뽑아주긴 할 것 같아요, 영환이 형이. 영환이 형님
그럴까요?
먹고 저도
과연
좋으니까.
그럴까?
자, 이영하 선수 무슨 얘기하는 거예요?
지금 왕유 권한이 하나 남아있기 때문에
왕권.
그것도 물밑 작업하고 있었습니다.
물밑 작업.
저는 일단은 윤종이 형이 저희 조를 안 건드린다는 이제 생각으로 했거든요.
이상한 말 하고 있어요. 이상한 말.
작업치고 있나요?
예.
작업쳐요.
토스인 현재가 절 뽑아줬기 때문에 현재의 뜻에 따르는 걸로.
자, 안 됐어요. 자, 여기서 도재욱 선수를 뽑았는데
여기가 어렵긴 한데
네.
어떻게 뭐 비벼볼 만한 것 같긴 해요.
비교만 하면 돼요.
제가 보기에는 3명 중에 승자는 이영한 선수 같거든요. 실질적인 시드권자예요.
그러니까요.
아 근데 이게 사실 모두가 만족할 수 있는 가장 아늑한 공간이라고 생각하기 때문에 괜찮은 것 같습니다. 굉장히 성공적인 것 같습니다.
시도를 가고 싶긴 해요. 그나마 현재가 나은 것 같아요.
가위바위보래요. 가위바위보.
저도 둘 다 뽑기 싫은데
어.
둘이 딱 남아가지고
네.
좀 고민되긴 하는데
고민돼요?
제가 미치지 않고서 저걸 뽑을 리가 없죠.
자, 두 손으로. 와, 그러면은 자, 이제 정말 정치를 해보려고 해봤습니다만 마지막에 통하지 않고 김상환이 들어왔어요.
Today's matchup. Mini 변현재 Shine 이영하 Best 도재욱 Last 김성현 ASL Season 6 Round 16 Group C SBS and AfreecaTV presents ASL Season 6.
Well, guys, I hope you enjoyed that video. If you spoke Korean, because otherwise you're going to have to guess. No English in that one, apparently. Anyways, we're going to be starting our ASL games very soon.
Yeah. Group C. We're halfway through the round of 16.
This
We're
is
gonna
a
have
really
almost
good
all
group,
round
by the
8
way.
Finished. Yeah.
This is a really exciting
Great group. It's hard to predict.
Exactly. The fact that we have Shine playing is always, it throws a wrench in the gears as far as how we tell who's going to take this. ASL in this phase is best of one. Anything can happen in a best of one.
Yeah,
of course.
especially because it's best of one. I think it's more interesting, right? Because,
Sure.
like, for instance, Shine would be in a best of 3 very unfavored against Last, I think.
Yeah.
And Last would probably be a little bit unfavored against Mini. Possibly Best. Best would be unfavored against Shine. But, I mean, it's a best of one.
Yeah.
Anything can happen.
Anything can happen. And we know with Shine as like the wild card in this group, yeah, what if he does a really strange build and he just steals a win from any of these guys?
We know he can beat Protoss for sure.
Absolutely. This is a guy who's been to the finals of an ASL before, and nobody thought that was going to happen. Not at the very start of the tournament.
Yeah.
Nobody thought he was going to advance. By the way, guys, Shine is the GSL observer. And that does a lot of the observing here for StarCraft 2 in general in Korea.
He's a father of 2 as well.
Yes. And so for us at the studio, we were like, well, that's cool. He qualified a while back, and then he showed, oh, no, he's actually been practicing really hard. He's in great shape. So we definitely want to keep our eyes on him. Best is another excellent player. Very solid Protoss. But with Mini and Last in here as well, it's just very hard to say who comes out on top.
Yeah.
You could basically bring out any 2 players here and say they won.
Well,
people would say, yeah.
You can already look at groups A and B and see that it's not exactly what you think, right? Mind is already out, Snow and Sulky already out. It's some crazy results already. And I really feel like any 2 players from today's group can get out. And look at that group tomorrow. Gosh, who's going to advance with Flash? It's hard to say.
So crazy, yeah. Coming up here on Thursday. Flash, Jaedong, Action Light. I can't believe we have Flash and Jaedong in the same group. That feels wrong, but then you look at some of these other groups and you say, yeah, this is a pretty stacked tournament.
Yeah. This is just going to be a great week of some StarCraft 1. Of course, in this group, well, these are the predictions of who's going to get out first and second. 5 of the other pros think that Best will get out first, and then 5 think Last will get out first. Mini is voted as second, and so is Last. So generally speaking, like 9 of the players think that Last will definitely be coming out of this group. So I guess that's
nobody's paying attention to Shine, but I will stand by what I said earlier.
Yeah, that's true. Only 1 person thinks he'll win the group, and only 2 think he'll get second. But he's absolutely capable, and you know, I guess he did have a hard KSL. He and Best both did not qualify for KSL this time. So
yeah,
that's kind of crazy, right? 2 of the biggest names, and they didn't make it in. They got eliminated, both of them.
You know, the competition is very fierce nowadays here in StarCraft 1.
Certainly it is, yeah. Got some real big up-and-comers right now in the StarCraft 1 scene in Korea.
Yeah.
But look, these guys are still complete badasses. It's kind of an important tournament for them.
We're going to go into this game in a moment. Shine is in the lobby. I just now saw Mini pop in here. It's going to be on the map Neo Transistor. Again, guys, this is a best of 1. After this, we go right to the next match.
The Phantom of the Opera?
Yeah, I was not expecting this.
That was an amazing music choice.
By Andrew Lloyd Webber?
Yeah.
I really want him to be playing
Mini's
this
cooler than I thought he was.
I want him to be wearing a mask, though, and a cape. We're like, who is he? People are like, it's Mini. I'm like, but with the mask, do we really know?
You can never tell for sure.
Yeah. Well. What song did Shine pick? Because he picks crazy builds. What kind of song is it going to be?
Oh, it's just going to be some K-pop song, man. Watch.
I hope not. Here we go.
The Greatest Show. It's an OST.
All right, not bad. I'm glad it wasn't a generic K-pop song.
Yeah.
That did not match
Bubble,
any
bubble gum. That song.
Yeah,
you remember that when that was just blaring out of every shop?
Bubble pop.
Bubble, bubble, pop,
pop, pop, pop. I'm like, yes, you are a lyrical genius. Watch out, Eminem. Bubble pop is coming. It's so funny because we live out here, and a lot of people will ask us, like, what's your favorite K-pop group? And we kind of have to say, we're actually not as into it as you might have guessed. We're more of just...
Tasteless is more of a G-Dragon guy.
I'm more of a G-Dragon guy. What is that? What's the other one I used to listen to? Drunken Tiger was another good old one. Is it? Drunken Tiger's good. Okay. So let's see what happens with these 2 in this one game here. Again, on Neo Transistor. Very unforgiving is our group phase here in the ASL.
Yeah, this map can be a bit tough against a Zerg like Shine as well. There's definitely,
sure.
It's a little bit hard to hold off the Lings on the double ramp.
Now playing on Neo Transistor.
All right, the cheer was not. We're off to a bumpy start this time. Okay.
Pretty full studio, though. A lot of people here today. So we have Mini up here.
All right, we got Casher Park trying to get the crowd to properly cheer here. He heard the cheer fail as well. I was like, all right, guys, get it together. Let's do this.
I think they're all here for Best today.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, they made the other side cheer. Okay, so wait. Good job there by Caster Park, making both sides cheer over there. Yeah, so talking about this matchup on this map, yeah, as you were saying earlier, Toast, it seems like early game can be kind of weird, right? You do have this vulnerable point where the Zerg can hit from either side. There's 2 ramps here. Protoss do not like that.
No.
If Protoss had made this map, they would have made it look very different. That doesn't mean that Zerg is going to win early on, but it means it's something that has to be addressed right away.
Yeah, it's definitely something that can be difficult if they want to try to force a bunch of lings up there. If you're not completely ready, you're in trouble. And if they don't do that and you are completely ready, you're in trouble.
Yeah.
So, kind of got to play this one by the seat of your pants.
So, Shine with all these weird builds. It's not that he can't win a normal game. It's that he just usually doesn't play that kind of style. He usually has some kind of build that might not work if he did it over and over and over and over again, but if you can pull it off one time, that's all you need to advance. So
he stays pretty unpredictable.
Shine support here. Now, so far, Shine is just going to get a hatchery right away. Not a bad idea. Mini, what does he want? A Nexus on 13 here? 12? Okay, Nexus on 12.
Well, that is a little bit of a risk. If Shine had gone for a quick pool, Mini would not be living.
Yeah, I'm actually really surprised that this is the build Mini selected to open up with, but it's going to pay off.
Yeah, I mean, it's a bold guess, and it's definitely a little bit luck-based, but sometimes you got to have balls. Sometimes you got to take a risk and try to get ahead. You know, we're talking about how this can be a difficult map, but suddenly you look at these build orders, and Mini's on the high end of it.
Yeah. So, to be completely frank, Mini took a big gamble here. It paid off. Mini seemed to have a correct read on the way that Shine was going to approach this.
Yeah.
Shine was not going to go for a rush. This may be because this map has actually been out for a while now, and because the map has been here for some time, Protosses are probably a little bit more confident at defending. And because Protosses are more confident in defending, Zergs are therefore not going to rush. And thus, Mini has an opening to try to do something sneaky and have it pay off.
Yeah. I mean, the pool's already done as he gets there, but I think Mini has a pretty decent idea of what's going on at the moment. Cannon going to be finishing up, and Mini just continuing to tech. Shine taking his third base. It's looking like a standard game on a standard map, other than the fact that there was a quick Nexus.
Now let's see, is a layer going to start here? I don't think you could really Hydra rush on this map, but no, Shine is a weird enough player. I don't want to discount anything. But yeah, if you have a high ground area, I mean, the Hydras should not ever win the rush. So it is going to be a layer.
Yeah, and definitely do expect him to go directly into Spire from here.
I think he had one probe not mining on gas, by the way.
Oh, really?
Which is actually a pretty big deal. I don't know if he's going to fix it soon here, but if you...
Could have been a part of his build, but sometimes you make that mistake.
No, I mean, I think there was one probe that was stuck on the gas that wasn't moving in. We'll check later. Just getting gas as quickly as possible in PvZ is really important. So, like, more so than even other matchups.
By the way, there's a high level of greed on both sides here. Like, Shine hasn't even made it a Zergling yet.
Yeah.
He hasn't made a single Zergling. Oh my god.
Nice job by Mini.
That probe just killed a drone. Gosh.
And stays alive, too.
Yeah.
Okay, so we fixed the gas thing over there. And now we're going to have that Stargate come down. We're going to wait and see, you know, when the Citadel comes in here. Sometimes Protosses get an extra Stargate. Sometimes they don't. You know, I mean, the more standard route is to just get one. But we saw this pretty trendy in KSL when people were getting 2 Stargates and kind of surprising the Zerg. And it can work quite well against these Spire openings.
Yeah, and you know what? The double Stargate on this map would be a little bit better than some others because it's a lot harder to Hydra bust, like you pointed out before.
Yeah.
Because of those ramps and having to go to high ground. So it's a possibility. I don't know if Mini's going to end up going for that. But it is something to consider because we've seen some games on this map as well where Zergs have focused on Mutalisk Scourge and tried to use that as composition against Protoss.
So oh, there it is, second Stargate. Okay. Now behind this, you're probably going to get a Templar Archives and try to squeeze out 1 or 2 DTs, get Zealot legs eventually, get +1 weapons attack for the Zerglings eventually.
Yeah.
And actually, now that I'm looking at this, I think this is like one of the best builds you could do on this map. Yeah, like you were saying.
It seems that way.
It seems like it's safe for the Protoss.
Out of every map, right, there's not many maps where you have your main and your natural on high ground with only one area to defend from frontal attacks. And just all that kind of leads towards you being able to be a little bit more greedy in these ways because Hydralisk Bus will be a lot poorer. So kind of a cool play, but Shine had no... He was not planning at all, it looks like, on going Mutas. He did not get a second gas for a long time. He's already put down his Hydralisk Den. So just something to know.
Okay, Corsairs continuing to come out now. The Corsairs are funny because they really are hard for Zerg to deal with. Zerg can fight them for sure, but a good Corsair player who's just really on top of everything, that's very frustrating. And, you know, the Zerg has to respect the Corsairs so heavily. It seems strange, right? Because you'd say, well, don't they just end up getting Scourge, right? Can't that be Corsairs? Can't mass Mutas with Scourge do it? Sure, but all your gas is going to that. And then Protoss can easily continue to expand and grow on the ground. And a lot of Protoss' area combos nicely with the ground. I mean, if you can get enough Corsairs to kill Overlords, then your DTs are going to do a lot of damage.
Well, 2 DTs are walking out on the map right now. Some more Overlords being made. Shine, of course, is aware at this point that it is double Stargate. As soon as he saw those 2 extra Corsairs come down, he was aware. Not yet to the critical mass of 1 hitting Scourge, but can 2 hit him now. Or actually, I guess 3. Fine. He doesn't have +1 yet.
So, are there going to be Spores over here to help defend? He's getting some Lurkers now. Spores are going to be absolutely necessary because Corsairs will just go ahead and kill all the Overlords. So this is going to be, in a second here, a supply block.
Look at that, Lurkers. Not what you would expect.
Yeah, I'm a little bit surprised by this. Now, the Sunken Colony with the Lings is barely going to save the day here. Whoa!
Yeah. Nice pullback. But what is this Lurker attack? This is not something that you see very often.
I think I know what it is, man, is that you don't have a robo quickly at all if you do
absolutely,
this.
yeah.
So then you just,
So
if you can kill the cannon, then you win the game.
Yeah, I think you're just about right on that one, Tasteless.
Okay.
Oh, big move getting that DT in. But look, this attack.
This is bad. Protoss needs to not die here.
Yeah, that would be good to not die.
These Zealots are going to be in a line. These Lurker Spikes are going to kill everything.
He's definitely going to break this ramp. He needs more cannons, though. Oh, God. No, Shine's just going to kill him.
Yeah, he just wins now.
Wow. We were talking about how Mini's strategy seemed really smart and everything, and then Shine's like, no, I said I was confident against Protoss. Look at this. It's like, oh, did you kill like 9 Overlords already? No problem.
Yeah, and now, okay, now Mini's going to try to come in here and kill up all the Overlords. I'm not, okay, there is 1 cannon there. I'm sorry, I didn't see that cannon by the Nexus.
Well, the Ling's coming around, the Lurker's coming down to the
Is there a
space.
robo being made anywhere? I don't see it. It doesn't seem like there's any angle that you can actually hide this at where it'd be okay.
If only StarCraft 1 had oracles.
If only, man.
If only.
Okay, coming forward now with this Lurker.
Good luck, Probes.
There's going to be no base here anymore. So many workers getting killed. Now, Shine is still supply blocked. I believe that DT, okay.
Wow.
Making it a little bit even, a little bit extra weird.
38 of 28 and 1 DT killed a hatchery, so kind of crazy, but the Lurkers are dealing so much damage. There it is.
I don't know, dude. I feel like Zerg can just make a few more Lurkers and Lings and probably just overwhelm him.
Yeah, doesn't seem that way.
But
he's going to lose this Nexus 100%.
In fairness, it's a Zerg on 2 bases, not a lot of drones. That DT is still there, and it doesn't seem like Shine has any tools to try to take that on.
I think if he hadn't killed that base with that DT, you might see him GG at this point.
Oh, you know what? Is that a full block with a DT?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, it is. Okay.
You never see that.
Yeah.
Ever. But it is.
And I guess the fact that there are this many Corsairs out means that absolutely there's no way Overlords are going to get over here, right? So the cannon's going to get up. I don't know, man. I'm still not really liking this for Mini. It's just...
It doesn't feel like it's good for him, for sure.
Robo done. We have the Observatory on... Actually, the Observatory's about to finish up here. Again, though, if Zerg can dive in here, I feel like he should just get Hydra range and Hydra speed and just get Overlord speed and try to push this, you know?
Oh, yeah, that kind of makes sense. But he is only on 2 bases. Do you want to retake your other base, or do you just kind of go all in from here? Look how many DTs he's bringing. He's literally just going to attack him with mass DT.
He's going to try to hit the Spore. Oh, man. I think he could actually get it, right?
I think you just attack the Hydras. You can kill the Sunken with these as well.
Oh, yeah. This is one of these weird things where I forget that DTs are actually just really good at fighting stuff, too.
They got +1. They 2-shot Hydras. Yeah. No problem.
Okay, so Overlords are going to try to come down here. Mini is a hero this time around. Is he really going to be able to pull this off? Now he's got observers over here. He's sending a probe out to try to reclaim that Nexus that he badly needs to do.
Yeah, he's going to kill all the lurkers over here. He's killing all these bases.
Okay, the DTs are going to be able to escape.
Some of them, anyways. What are these links doing?
Okay, this has become a very interesting, very scrappy game.
It's like one base basically for Shine against one base absolutely for Mini. Good drone saturation at least there.
So Mini still has a decent amount of probes over here in his main.
Yeah.
I actually thought I would have been mined out a little bit more, but I guess not. And he's going to be able to reclaim this. Now, I would actually say, Artosis, if this game, if Zerg doesn't have a way to hit back hard, I think Mini actually can win.
Yeah, it seems
because
that way.
He's going to have Storm out. He's going to have all the tools that he needs to fight Zerg. I mean, most of the hard part of PvZ is the early game for the Protoss, is trying to get all the stuff that you need.
Oh my god, these two DTs trying to run by. Yeah, he's got all his tech up and everything, and it's not like Shine has some dynamite economy.
The question is, does Shine have so much that he can just actually win a straight-up fight?
I think against these Zealots, yeah, he should have enough. Like, he's got some lurkers, and this is a pretty good clutch of Hydras.
Okay, nice job.
Oh my god.
What? That's so big. He didn't even catch that.
I can't believe this. I thought for sure Shine was going to be able to take it after that great lurker attack. Yeah, now he's got Storm. Oh my gosh. Well, is Shine going to just... I guess Shine's just going to be on one base against two base now. Looks like he is going to go for a big attack, but I think one Psy Storm makes him leave the game just about.
I can't believe Mini did this. I really... This guy deserves our praises, because this was such a tricky spot that he was in.
Oh. Well,
he got overload armor. That's so funny. Okay. Almost missed that. Not a bad idea, I guess, if all you need to do is have your Hydra stay alive, but...
It's good for this map, too, because flying units are just good on this map in general. So get that +1 for the Scourge and stuff, and possible mutas later.
You know, the DTs really did save the day here.
Yeah. The DTs have done ludicrous amounts of damage. Oh, my god. Lots of damage to those Hydras.
I mean, he could just slowly creep out with these Templars. Get that softened up, and then barrel out with the remaining Zealots. Yeah, I mean, he's just not going to break this.
This is not happening.
Eventually, Protoss is not going to be contained for much longer. Another great Storm there.
So many High Templars. He's on a fine economy. Like, he could be fighting against a 3-base Zerg with an economy like this, but Shine is on one base.
Zerg is still supply blocked. This is so funny.
Oh, that lives.
Uh-oh.
Not for long.
Yep. Oh, and he's actually going to sneak out with some of these Zealots. He gets the hatchery.
This is very close to over. When these Zealots hit the main, there's absolutely not enough there.
Yeah, I mean, he's just holding off on this position up here. What's actually inside the main? Yeah, there's just not enough up here.
No, it's definitely not.
So this should be the beginning of the end. We're going to be seeing Shine tap out here.
Yeah. Wow, what a game from Mini.
GG.
And to be honest, what a game from Shine. Like, that lurker attack was fantastic. It's just Mini's DT Corsair did so much heavy lifting that game.
Yeah. Well, that was...
What a game.
That was a cool game. I mean, a real nail-biter, a real back and forth. You can see Shine had these moments there where he could have done it.
Yeah.
He just needed to be ready for DTs. I mean, again, that's what Mini was going for. Lots of Corsairs with some DT presence. As long as you're able to hold off that set of units, you're going to be okay. He took out that base. Shine had an opportunity to get ahead. But Mini, being the crafty player he is, managed somehow, some way to pull through.
You know, Shine really looks kind of beaten up over that loss, too. I think he realizes that this game was in his control at some points. And the thing is, he needs to beat the Protoss players, because what if he hits Last next? Last is absolutely favored against Shine.
Sure.
That is Shine's weak matchup, and Last's strong matchup right now. We saw him 4-0 Jadong, right? So that is not a matchup he wants. I'm sure he's really rooting for Last to win this group.
So crazy, man. Mini, if you look at this picture, you'd think he would have hit just lost, but no, he's he's moving on.
He looks tired.
I'd be tired too if I had a game like that, man. Guys, we're going to be going to a short break, as that is it just for our first best of one. This is still like a GSL group format, though, so nobody's advanced yet. Nobody's moved on out of this group. Shine does have a chance to come back. We'll see at least one more game from him. Mini waiting in the winners match. Up next is best versus last. don't go away.
We're so far away from one another. We keep building walls between each other's prayers. They don't mean a thing at all.
5월 올레TV 키즈랜드가 새롭게 찾아왔어요. 우리 아이 교육이 항상 걱정이시라고요? 이제 안심하고 키즈랜드에 맡겨보세요. 아이를 위한 서비스만 모아놓은 올레TV 키즈랜드. 어떻게 달라졌는지 살펴볼까요? 먼저 아이의 눈높이에 맞춘 심플한 키즈 전용 메뉴. 어때요? 메뉴만 봐도 안심되시죠? 유튜브 키즈는 기본, 플러스 18,000편의 무료 키즈 콘텐츠까지. 국내 최대란 바로 이런 거죠. 광고 NO, 유해 콘텐츠 NO. 안심하고 믿고 보는 키즈 빅3 채널. 캐리TV에 이어 뽀로로, 핑크퐁. 너희들도 채널이 생긴 거니? 무료로 볼 수 있는 건 다 아시죠? 우리 조카가 좋아하겠는데? 흥미로운 3단계 책 읽기는 어떨까요? 읽기 전, 읽으며, 읽은 후. 매일 전문가가 추천해주니까 자연스럽게 길러지는 우리 아이 독서 습관. 책만 읽으면 끝이냐고요? 아니죠. 공룡책을 읽고 TV 속 버튼만 누르면 동화 속 공룡 나라로 출발.
엄마, 빨리 핑크퐁 사과댄스 틀어줘요. 알았어.
레디, 액션! 혼자만 보기 아까웠던 우리 아이 동영상 컷! 이제 저장하고 영상 공유도 가능하대요. 할머니, 할아버지께 보내드리면 정말 좋아하시겠죠? TV 속 정말 최고인데요? 뽀로로와 함께 풍선 터뜨리며 놀다 보면 영어 실력이 쑥쑥! 나도 해볼까? 야, 이건 또 뭐죠? 자녀 안심 리모컨까지. 저도 신청해야겠는데요? 어때요? 이 정도면 자랑할 만하죠? 어서 키즈랜드로 놀러오세요. 놀면서 배우는 TV 키즈랜드.
Always on, OLED-TV.
The break was not short enough. Welcome back. Cool to see a lot of non-Koreans down here in the audience.
Yeah.
Spreading that StarCraft 1 love around the world. We're going to be going into our next match here. Again, a great way to start the day off. Great way to start the day off. It's a great day. These gamers are so good. Great game to start our ASL day
Yeah, that
off.
was a really good game. That was a really quality game right there.
Shows you how back and forth a game like that can be. And kind of the reason why we're more okay with doing best of ones than forcing best of threes here in StarCraft 1. Even if one player gets ahead, the comeback mechanics are real.
There's a lot of play in StarCraft 1. It's very hard to actually finish somebody off.
Yeah.
You always have like little edges that you can take to try to get back unless you're really super dead. And I mean, that was definitely a back and forth one. A disappointment for Shine, but Minnie's definitely got to be happy that it goes that winner match.
I'm curious to see if we're going to have a long game here with best versus last. And whether or not best is going to do something pretty crazy.
You know, I think if someone's doing something crazy, it's last. Because this map, the map is incredibly Protoss favored. So there's definitely a chance that last does a rush of some sort.
I feel like it would be best it would be doing something nutty.
No, he's going to sit back and defend and go into carriers, and then he's going to win the game for free because we're on Neo Transistor.
Okay, I see what you're saying.
Yeah, so if someone cheeses, it should be last.
And stuff like that are so good on here. I thought we'd have a lot of fighting early on.
Yeah,
I guess you can reaver drop early and go carriers later.
Yeah.
By the way, if you are in the studio, hang on to that ticket. We have giveaways after the show. You can win mouse pads, plushies, all sorts of cool stuff.
Yes. It's a great thing to do to come down to the studio.
Are the sleeves rolled up? Yeah. Oop. Now he's just put some music on that really... Oh, wow. A lot of people cheering for Best here.
Yeah, I mean, he's very, very popular.
Well, Best is a really charismatic guy. We've gotten to hang out with Best a little bit here.
Yeah, he's one of the coolest
He's a
pros.
cool dude. Super nice guy, super humble, good sense of humor.
Handsome, tall.
But you know what? Taste gives a thumbs down for the song.
Straight up good macro.
Yeah.
Thumbs down for the song.
This does not make me like want to macro up and drop Reavers places and storm drop drones, and you know this is not.
Yeah, it's not my jive either.
I feel like this is the song that plays after you kiss the girl, and it's okay. She's like, "I love you too," and then this song comes on.
Yeah.
And then the credits roll up.
While you're in the background walking through the park.
That's right. Yeah, walking through. There's a sunset happening. We're on the beach. Oh, no, here we go.
Power up from
now,
Digimon.
Now you see why Last wins everything. Yeah. He's powering up right now.
Well, you know, this is really funny to me, too, because it just triple underlines how much older I am than these players. That he uses Digimon. He's like, yeah, no, this is cool. I'd be putting on some Dragon Ball Z music is what I'd be doing, Tasteless.
I get you. I get you.
Look, this guy is the champion of KSL. He had a hard time against Protoss. He beat a bunch of good Protoss, but he lost to a bunch of good Protoss.
He was also
as well.
underperforming in major matches. Like online, everybody would say he's like unstoppable, but when it came to big studios like this and people watched him, he wasn't able to do it. But he's basically overcome that now that he won KSL.
Yeah.
Beating Jadon.
Well, can he continue it here? Because right now the path is pretty tough. These are two fantastic PvT players in his group.
Okay, again, guys, the winner of this faces off against Mini. Shine sitting there in the losers match. If I was either of these guys, I would not want to be facing off against Shine in a best of one. Avoid that at all costs.
It's true. He will have something tricky planned no matter what. And that's going to be on Sylphid too, so it's a little bit less defendable than Neo Transistor in some ways for a Terran player.
Game 2's up. Let's go!
Now playing on Neo Transistor.
All right. Oh, the crowd is way more into it this time.
Oh my God, there was just one cheer. Oh, this is just this is a disaster
What
as far
is
as cheers go. What is going on? Oh, hold on.
If this was a post-apocalyptic movie where just everyone in the studio lived, right? This group of people couldn't work together and survive.
There's
Humanity
absolutely
would be
no way.
doomed.
Yes.
Meanwhile, Tasis and I are fine out there.
Yeah.
Then a mutagenic bear starts chasing us, and I'm like,
yeah, and I'm like, oh no, all my skills are in computer games of talking.
Bear eats Tasis, and I get away.
Artosis, we've been wrapping the year up, buddy. BlazCon is around the corner.
We got round of 16 here, right? We have KSL starting not next week, but the week after.
I like it. AlphaGo StarLeague. AlphaGo is a nickname for Last, guys. AlphaGo is the AI that beat the best Go player in the world.
Yeah, that was one of the coolest things ever. But, yeah. I'm just excited to see what type of build order Last wants to use. And I want to see if Best wants to actually go for a Nexus first here or not. Because Terrans love to rush that.
Yeah, rushing that has become much more trendy lately, too.
Yeah, it's basically been mapped out now, exactly how to bust. Last for Best. It's basically been mapped out now how to properly rush a Protoss player who's going fast Nexus.
Yeah, let's see what he actually wants to do. Nexus.
Yeah.
One down now.
And a big part of why Protoss is like this on this map, well, it's twofold, right? You've got the ramps, so it's a little bit harder to break. If it's a flat ground, it's not too hard. But also because of the ramps, Terran players really like to go gasless expand here. There's no real need to get your gas. A bunker at the top of those ramps is like pretty ridiculous for Protoss to try to break, and you're going uphill and stuff. It's just not going to happen. So pretty quality builds on both sides. Oh, he actually went for a CC first. Okay. So
yeah.
Both of them just being, excuse me, utterly greedy, which is funny because...
I'm curious, like, for Protoss, is how greedy can you get if they go CC first, right? And you win Nexus first? Because that means nobody can really hurt each other, right? I mean, is there any... You want to just get a third Nexus right away, or is it really better to try to power up as a Protoss player?
Yeah, I think you have to power up because with Terran, with this build, especially on this map where the Dragoons are not going to be pummeling your your bunker, and thus you don't have to spend hundreds of minerals repairing your bunker, you can easily go into like 2 facts. You can go into a fact and a starport. You can actually get your aggression as Terran going pretty quick. So I think as Protoss, you absolutely have to tech up before taking a 3rd.
Gotcha. Well, the way this map is shaped, it is a little bit weird for the Terran. I mean, the longer the game goes, I think the worse it is for Terran. It's hard to push out, especially with carriers available on the map. I feel like you could fight with carriers all over the place. If you win any fight anywhere, you can then go and start harassing that natural.
Yeah, it's basically like you have recall to every spot on the map when you have carriers.
When I first saw this map come out, I thought, oh no, I don't want to play on a map like this. I'm just not a fan of maps that are shaped like this.
Yeah, I tried playing on the ladder a little bit. It's a weird thing where naturals are in the towards the center. Between the speed shuttle Reaver drops and the carriers that follow them up. Yeah, I don't think many Terran players didn't not veto this. It's a ridiculously hard one to play. That being said, you know, it was part of the map pool created to destroy Flash, if you recall. And Flash won this map against Snow.
Yeah, that was so crazy.
He had a very cool push where he caught the shuttle with a Wraith and then immediately was hitting him with Siege Mode and Marines. But, you know, Last right now is taking a macro-centric approach. And we'll just have to see where that goes. This SCV Scout has done so much.
There's this funny thing with maps
forever.
where certain races are not that good on the map, so they get vetoed. So they end up with very, very specific mirror matchups on a lot of those maps.
Yeah, it's super true. It's super true. There's maps that just everyone... I bet you that every Protoss player plays Polaris Rhapsody all day in PvP.
For sure. Okay,
So-
SCV's finally been killed off. We have 2 factories with one with an add-on coming down now. And it's Starport here.
That was
instead of a
also,
third fact.
it was also kind of interesting what Last did there. He actually sent an SCV to the natural minerals while his other SCV was still in there. And this was just to ensure that he got a scout of the tech. He knew the tech would be up by the time it got there. He sees that it's a robo, and he immediately went Stargate when he saw that. I believe that was the reactionary, or Starport rather. So, just, I mean, it's, so far what we're looking at, it's like pretty standard stuff from Best, and very intelligent play from Last against what he should expect is coming.
Okay, takes out that first probe there in the bottom. It will be up to Best to ultimately try to seize control of this bottom right little area. This bottom right third, this quadrant of the map, Best is going to have to try to take. Protoss just want to be ahead in expansions against the Terran. Terran can actually be surprisingly low on bases and still win with a big push later on.
See that Stargate coming up, Tasis?
Yep.
What do you think that's for?
Gosh, I think it's Corsairs. What do you think?
Yeah, no, I think
definitely Corsairs.
I think you nailed it. It's Corsairs.
Yeah, he's going to go for mass carriers coming up here, and I mean, you can't blame a Protoss for doing this, especially on a map like this.
Yeah, it's just so good here.
Yeah, it's
you just sit in your base and go 2-base carrier, and it's like
crazy to not try it.
Yeah. Because a 2-base Protoss just producing out of gateways, it's pretty hard to break them, especially this early in the game. All right, so there you go, the carrier tech on the way here.
He'll be getting air weapons here shortly too.
Yeah, skipped Reaver completely.
Yes, in order to get the carriers out faster. And, you know, in some sense, the Wraith is kind of there to catch that shuttle.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
And control the game.
That's what he wanted, so he wanted him to go Reaver.
But Terran's going to push here. Buddy guy.
Yeah, he's
friend,
got a medic, dude.
Or are you a friend?
Yes, I'm a friend.
Yeah.
The medic is actually a great idea here, especially considering there's no Reaver. These Marines with the single medic, it's not like he has stim or anything. But yeah, the Marines with the medic are actually just going to be such a wall for these Dragoons to try to get through. This is a very scary attack.
Now,
maybe he should have gone Reaver. Maybe he got too greedy.
The weird thing is, even if the carriers come out, there's actually enough Marines they could probably shoot down the first few interceptors. So this is it's kind of funny. I think Best might just get killed here.
It's possible, but he's doing a good job of trying to get a flank ready. Oh, there you go, the Reaver tech. It's like, all right, I'm going to get carrier buildings and then make a Reaver.
Yeah, this is this is not exactly the cleanest way to play.
This is a reactionary Reaver, I do believe. There's not an actual build where you get your carrier building and then you go Reavers and not make carriers.
I'm actually under the impression Last might just win here.
He
I
might.
love the one little medic here. It's so good. It's so good.
It's so good. It's ridiculous.
Because if there's no Reaver there, then it's like, well, how long is it going to take for these Dragoons to really ever kill all 6 or 7 of these Marines?
A single medic is just, it's ridiculous. Like, really. It helps so much because you whittle Marines down over time otherwise. You would have already lost a lot of Marines.
He could hit the Nexus, right?
Oh, yeah. If he moves forward, 100%.
No,
but I think even from there.
I think even from there. Okay, he's got the one Reaver out here. He needs to get a few more Reaver shots off. 2 bunkers, though.
Oh, really good Reaver shot there. He needs one more.
Oh!
Oh my God. That one Scarab would have killed 2 siege tanks.
Yeah.
That is brutal.
Reinforcements are coming down.
Oh my gosh.
Uh-oh. He might have gone too
he'll still get
close. Hold on, Artosis. There's a lot more tanks and vultures coming down here.
Yeah, he should be able to clear these 3 though, so that's actually really important. That slows the push down. But
the thing is,
this is not good for
with
Best.
SCVs here, with the infantry now out, he can make more of a block. He's even making a bunker here. Oh. I don't even know if the probes could be transferred to the natural without taking a siege tank shot.
Yeah, you're quite right. Look at this. The mines going down. Oh my gosh.
Last has just done it, dude.
Yeah, Last has just slapped him down.
Protoss
Best was just a little bit too greedy. If he had gone Reaver first, this definitely would have looked a lot different.
All right, he's going to target that Reaver there. Now, 1 tank is killed, but again, I mean, until you get a shuttle over there, there's not much you can do with that. And GG!
Okay. Well, a great play there by Last. You know, the 2-base Reaver is, 2-base carrier is very popular, but the skipping of Reaver here, because Reaver goes well into carrier. You don't have to do it, but in this case where he's relying on Marines and medics, you needed it.
Yeah.
If you had Reaver like kiting that as it moved towards him, well, Last wouldn't have attacked right there because it just wouldn't have worked.
Yeah. Well, Best is hurting after that.
Yeah.
No KSL for him right now. Now he's going to go up against none other than Bag of Builds.
Yeah, that's a tough matchup. It's a tough one.
Last looking in a deep reflective state right now. How will I win this ASL?
Well, going up against Mini next, we're going to have to see if he can take him out because whoever comes up is not easy for sure.
True. Very true. Well, this means we're going to go to the winners match, though. Mini versus Last. Hell yes, I'll take that.
Yeah.
And that means we'll be deciding who advances on to the next round of the ASL just after this short break.
올레TV 키즈랜드가 새롭게 찾아왔어요. 우리 아이 교육이 항상 걱정이시라고요? 이제 안심하고 키즈랜드에 맡겨보세요. 아이를 위한 서비스만 모아놓은 올레TV 키즈랜드. 어떻게 달라졌는지 살펴볼까요? 먼저 아이의 눈높이에 맞춘 심플한 키즈 전용 메뉴. 어때요? 메뉴만 봐도 안심되시죠? 유튜브 키즈는 기본, 플러스 18,000편의 무료 키즈 컨텐츠까지. 국내 최대란 바로 이런 거죠. 광고 NO, 유해 컨텐츠 NO. 안심하고 믿고 보는 키즈 빅3 채널. 캐리TV에 이어 뽀로로, 핑크퐁. 너희들도 채널이 생긴 거니? 무료로 볼 수 있는 건 다 아시죠? 우리 조카가 좋아하겠는데? 흥미로운 3단계 책 읽기는 어떨까요? 읽기 전, 읽으며, 읽은 후. 매일 전문가가 추천해주니까 자연스럽게 길러지는 우리 아이 독서 습관. 책만 읽으면 끝이냐고요? 아니죠. 공룡책을 읽고 TV 속 버튼만 누르면 동화 속 공룡 나라로 출발.
엄마, 빨리 핑크퐁 상어 댄스 틀어줘요. 알았어.
레디, 액션! 혼자만 보기 아까웠던 우리 아이 동영상. 컷! 이제 저장하고 영상 공유도 가능하대요. 할머니, 할아버지께 보내드리면 정말 좋아하시겠죠? TV 속 정말 최고인데요? 뽀로로와 함께 풍선 터뜨리며 놀다 보면 영어 실력이 쑥쑥! 나도 해볼까? 야, 이건 또 뭐죠? 자녀 안심 리모컨까지. 저도 신청해야겠는데요? 어때요? 이 정도면 자랑할 만하죠? 어서 키즈랜드로 놀러오세요. 놀면서 배우는 TV, 키즈랜드.
Always on, only TV.
I give him all my love. That's all I do. And if you saw my love, you'd love him too. And I love him. He gives me everything, and tenderly the kiss my lover brings, he brings to me, and I love him. A love like ours could never die.
SBS and AfreecaTV presents ASL Season 6.
We're back at the ASL. It's time to decide who survives Group C. Last really killing Protoss back there, but Mini, I think this is going to be a different match with Last versus Mini.
Yeah, it's definitely going to look a lot different. They are very, very different players, and of course, Neo Transistor is a really wonky map that gets decided by build orders more than base skills.
True.
I guess it's actually Autobahn we're going out to. For some reason, I thought it was Sylphid. Anyways, Autobahn.
No, the graphic did say Sylphid actually, so I don't know.
Oh, okay, yeah, I thought it was
I don't know if they've made the wrong map or what.
I think they just made the wrong map. Anyways, so Sylphid is a very different map. It's more of a map about base skills and things like that, but definitely Mini is someone who mixes in lots of very aggressive plays from time to time. You can play a little bit off-brand, and we've seen him crush Last in the past, but they've also had some very
Sylphid.
Okay, the cheers are getting better here in the studio.
Yeah, well, with practice.
Yes.
It finally shaped up a little bit.
What we need to do is have a cheer for the people that are having a cheer, okay? It's like people in the studio fighting, and then they do their thing.
People in the studio fighting. Guys in the crowd fighting.
Guys in the crowd fighting.
Guys in the chat
and then
fighting.
they do it, and then they're ready. This is the last time. Wow. I mean, the potential with an ID like last, I mean, it's
true.
Just, whoa, no.
Yeah. What about Mini, though?
Huh. Yeah. Bring it on.
Yeah.
Mini me.
Really, a lot of them. Best and Shine, too, aren't that bad.
Oh, these are all great IDs. Who's in our tournament that has a bad ID? I don't think there's that many.
Well, every ID becomes good after time. Once you have the ID long enough and you're a badass, it just works. But who would have a bad one? How about
esports fighting? Yes, esports fighting.
All right.
See, this is a cheer for everybody.
We do have in KSL this season JYJ.
Oh yeah,
His
JYJ.
initials.
Well, that's an ID that just gets me excited, you know. JYJ. Now, when you look at when you're looking at players like these guys, I don't know. The idea is kind of like a band name. You know what I mean?
Yes. Yes, it can just work no matter what it is if you're a good band. Just play long enough, people become used to words. It's like, you know, you ever get that thing where like you say a word too many times or hear a word too many times or think about a word too much and the word like disambiguates or something? Like suddenly the word doesn't seem real and you're like, wait, what?
Noratosis, I think you have a brain lesion. But
Oh, really? You never get that, really?
Not really, no.
Truly?
No, I don't get that.
Oh.
I don't know. I don't know what you're talking about.
Maybe there's something wrong with me.
No, it's okay.
No, if I hear or say a word or write it too much or something, then it just like, I look at it and it looks like foreign and I'm just like, what is this? This is so...
That's funny.
Yeah. Huh.
I
That's
occasionally have that
really
when I'm
weird.
trying to spell something. I look at it, I'm like, oh, is that really how it's spelled? Like, all right, we have a factory coming down here, and there's 2 SCVs scouting out. That's actually kind of interesting.
Well, it's a 3-player
And
map, so I guess you find him instantly, but he went with a very late scout.
He's also had not pulled SCVs off of gas. Wait, no, he has to have, because this is not going up that fast.
Let's see. 92.
I feel like I should be able to
he's
look.
still mining gas.
I feel like I should be able to look at that number grow and know for sure, but now I'm a little bit unsure. But
Yeah,
it
no,
seems
he's
like
mining with at least 2 SCVs right now. Last is. Yeah, I think he's 3. I think it's a 2-fact, yeah.
Yep.
Well, this is exactly why he did this. He scouts a little bit late because it's hard to get the money to get your factories really quickly.
Right.
If you send out like a 13 or 14 scout. Like you can't build a Marine in a factory at the same time, for instance. And, you know, a lot of that money you make up for taking the SCVs off gas. So it makes sense what he's done here. Now he's sending the second SCV in. See, this is kind of brilliant. He prepared very well for this because now he gets to go in and actually see what's going on. And he sees a Nexus. And this is where Last is thinking about who he wants to play in the round of 8.
Yeah, this is where
he's
Last
won
is
the
thinking
game.
about what he's going to go eat after he's done winning this game.
Yeah, I know. He's got this. Like his build order counters what he's against.
I almost feel like 2-fact is so strong in this map, Protoss has to 1 base. And then if the Terran expands, you got to all in.
What? What are you talking about right now?
You think it's okay to just go make a Nexus on this map?
Yes, you can make a Nexus.
You're mad. Artosis.
You think you can't make a Nexus on this map?
Well, not if they're going to 2-fact you just die.
Well, I mean, if you're getting 2-facted, then yeah, the game becomes
you lose.
It becomes difficult. He's gonna die. He didn't scout. He has no idea what's going on. Look at this. He's scouting with his Dragoons. You want to be this greedy? You got to scout with the probe. You got to kind of get in there, see what's going on. See that he's not taking SCVs off gas, stuff like that. Kid doesn't want to scout. Kid wants to make a Nexus. Kid wants to scout Dragoons. Kid wants to make a Robo. Kid dies to 2-fact. That's how it goes. This is called fairness.
Too greedy, man. Too greedy.
He was adding 2 gates, yeah.
It's one of the 7 deadly sins here.
That is for certain.
Actually, it's a couple of them in StarCraft. That's not scouting. It's another deadly sin.
It's the deadliest of sins.
Yeah.
This is a tough build to hold right here. I assume that he's getting mines right now, but it's not 100% sure. So this move out. Ooh, so quick.
Okay, 4 Dragoons does not beat 3 tanks, Marines, and plenty of vultures to boot.
No, it certainly does not.
We will have an interview with the winner. I just can't imagine that Mini's not going to hold this.
No, never mind. Yeah, no.
This is just like
his Dragoons don't hold this. He has to pull back into his main probably. Because he doesn't have a ramp, it becomes really difficult
now,
as well.
You might be able to sack your natural and try to get a Dragoon Reaver and try to do a counterattack. Maybe.
Yeah, it's good micro by Mini so far. And not bad micro by Last at all. Not by any means, but oh yeah, look at that. He's starting to pick off
really good targeting here. Okay, looks like that SCV is still going to be a factor here. It can repair those tanks. Mini's kind of holding his ground here. There's one observer out. If he gets maybe another set of Dragoons, he can actually start fighting back.
Yeah, well, he's got the mines to kind of block the path, so the Goons can't really close on the tanks as long as he micros the tanks really well. Ah, okay. And siege mode.
Siege mode's up, so you need to get a shuttle.
Yeah, this shuttle is going to be the really key thing. If he has a shuttle with a couple Zealots, that would be huge.
So he's going to stay back here. Tanks are going to try to edge in. They want to be able to hit the Nexus, all of them. Okay, so he's going to try to fight back. The barracks over here.
Yeah, he's going to try to run a Goon through those mines probably.
You know, he might have just barely done it, Artosis. I don't know what the HP is on these Dragoons, but if you could just get these tanks. Dude, I can't believe it, man. This is so sick by Mini. Wow, he actually, what?
Yeah, it's a pretty insane hold.
That was just...
He microed that really well.
So crazy, man.
He stayed calm. That was really good.
Now this scumbag 2-fac and Terran is going to die.
Yeah.
He's going to pay the iron price.
It's interesting. Sieging in a 2-fac play is a pretty all-or-nothing thing. Either you're going to absolutely crush, or that's where they can break you, and it sounds counterintuitive, but if they're running towards you, you can pull tanks back if they're not sieged, right?
Correct.
And yeah, technically with siege mode, they're going to deal a little bit more damage because of the splash specifically, and because they get an earlier volley, but the actual DPS for single targets is higher on an unsieged tank. So it's always really interesting how you decide to do your 2-fac. Like some people will get mines and then speed then mines. Some people go mines then siege.
Yeah.
You know,
in this case, it was mines and siege.
Yeah. And in this case, you know, he sieged up, and the Goons were able to kind of get in on top of him and actually kill him.
I wonder if Last could have done a better job, targeting down some of those Dragoons. There were a couple of red Dragoons in the back.
Yeah, that's true. It's definitely difficult, but yeah, he might have been able to do a bit of a better job.
Now, there's going to be a Reaver drop coming in here. Keep in mind the turrets were a little bit later. Yeah, I mean, especially with a main this big, it's such a large area that you can fly into, you know?
Yeah, and the Reaver drop is the mortal enemy if your 2-fac didn't work, because you're trying to afford a command center, and you have a whole list of things you want to get. You want to get, like, an armor, you want to keep making units.
Yeah.
If you have to build missile turrets on top of all that, it's so hard.
It could be a long time before you get that third factory, by the way, guys.
Mini is super far ahead right now. Like, I would be very surprised if Mini can't take this game, because when his Reaver harassment starts, look, there's no turrets as of yet, because it's hard to afford that right now. So Mini can go and harass to his heart's content. I believe, I don't know exactly, but if he screws up and loses the Reaver, I think there's an instant counterattack from Last.
Oh, I think so. I wouldn't be surprised if Mini's continuously making Reavers, though, here.
Yeah. There's no way to get it, though.
If you lose all these tanks, by the way, the game is over.
Yes, 100%.
Terran, it's going to be a long time before Terran can take a third base. Here we go. So he wants these... only gets one.
Yeah. Oh, that was
done.
a good scare right there.
And he's just trying to stay just out of range of these tanks, see if he can't fire some more shots over there. Now, there's an observer over at the entrance of Last base, just checking to make sure those tanks are still in siege mode, that Last is being honorable here. Otherwise, those Dragoons are just going to run in. Shuttle speed should be finishing soon here.
Look how many tanks he has. This is like a serious number of tanks. What is Last's actual plan? Like, I know he's got to just defend for now, but like, I'm just a little bit surprised that he hasn't, like, I don't know, made 2 vultures and so he can scout exactly what's going on or something like that, right?
Well, this is kind of cool in a different way because they're going to get to see what Last says is the proper follow-up to a failed 2-fac. You know, it's...
Yeah.
There's definitely a reason to this.
I just wonder if the thing is, he might just be making mass siege tanks so that he can explode into everything else later. Like, once you get it, to actually push, like, the style people are using generally right now, you're using, like, 12 tanks a lot of the time to push Protoss when you're maxed. But he's already got that. He's actually got, like, as many tanks as you need, but he's got nothing else with it.
Yeah,
so it's a really funny composition.
I think behind this, it's vultures that are going to be pumped out.
Yeah, I would imagine.
And he's basically going to try to do this again. Now, this could work. We need to see where the Reaver shots are going to connect. Oh my God, good save. Takes out 1 tank and just stays back. You don't need to fully commit to the attack unless you think you're going to win for sure. You don't need to fully commit until they're much closer. And he has a second shuttle with Zealots unloading here. The double shuttle play is so popular right now.
It really is.
And of course, with just siege tanks, I mean, what are you going to do?
Yeah.
The shuttles are just going to abuse you.
No, he's training out, like, somewhat well against the army, but he lost way too many tanks, and Mini's on 3 bases. Last only has 2 factories. He doesn't have an armory, as far as I know. There was already, it didn't feel like there was any recourse, but the amount of recourse has gone down.
Trying to just get that 1 weaker tank.
I think we're just going to see a GG now.
I think you're probably right. I mean, not a bad idea there by Last, but you can see that Mini just, like, knows what to do. He says, okay, Reavers are good. Extra shuttle with Zealots on it. I mean, really, is that all you're going to do? Is that all you're going to have against the tanks? Of course.
If a 2-fac doesn't get the Nexus,
it's
the amount that you're
supposed
behind,
to lose.
You got to do some sort of crazy follow-up. You just have to. Third command center. Okay, Last is going to stay in this game, but this is like a really difficult one for him to come back from because, like, he doesn't have a dropship. He doesn't have many units. He hasn't started upgrades, I don't think. Maybe I missed an armory in there, but regardless, he's not on an upgrade path to 2-1 that's any good. His third base is infinity late. Look at Mini's supply. Wow.
He's going to get some more gateways, get Zealot legs. He might actually even be able to overrun Last here. That's sort of not a habit you want to try to form too often in StarCraft 1, is just trying to run over a Terran, but sometimes you get enough of a lead, it's like, yeah, I mean, with 2 shuttles and a lot of stuff, you can probably just do it.
You didn't get to see Rain's game on Circuit Breaker from his group,
did not, no.
Okay, it was dirty, man. It was like him versus C for the final spot in their group, and he was like, I am going to run you over. And he lost like 8 armies to C in a row before he finally killed him. It was brutal, man.
Okay, more Reavers coming out here, getting some shots off on the rest of these tanks. And, I mean, that is going to be it. There's no way to recover. Yeah. GG! Mini is the first to go to this group. And, dude, he deserves that win. He held off a 2-factory rush when he went Nexus right away.
Yeah.
And then Robo, and then Gates later.
He was really calm during all that. There was definitely some issues with how Last did the push. I think he could have microed a little bit more aggressively towards the Dragoons, and I'm really unsure about the siege. A lot of Last's attacks he loses where he's sieging when he doesn't necessarily need to, and that's not just on 2-fac, but it's kind of a general trend with him. It's a funny thing too, because you get tanks for siege, but at the same time, sometimes that can backfire.
Last frozen right now. I mean, this group is so strong.
Yeah.
The fact that Mini escapes and you have Shine and Best.
Yeah, both those people can beat him. Like, especially if Best comes up. That game that we saw between them is not indicative of what will happen on Circuit Breakers.
Best didn't really get to show what he was made of back there.
Certainly not.
ASL 시즌 6 16강 C조 경기
We have our
함께하고
first
계십니다.
player to
시즌에서
advance.
가장
It's
먼저
Mini.
8강 진출을 확정지은 변현재 선수 만나보겠습니다. 축하드립니다.
감사합니다.
네.
Congratulations, he says thank you.
본인의 예상대로 2승으로 또 이렇게 8강 진출을 거두셨고 2시즌 연속이에요. 더 기쁘실 것 같은데요.
2 wins, he made it to the quarterfinals. You must be so happy about this.
진출해가지고 일단 기쁘고. 근데 최종전으로 한번 진출해보고 싶었거든요.
Yeah, I'm super
저번 시즌도 계속
happy.
승리하다가 이제 내리 패배를 해가지고 좀 아쉬웠는데.
I really want to go to the next match. Maybe get to the quarterfinals of this tournament
오히려
again.
최종전을 좀 거치고 싶었던 게 이 멘탈에
So
대한
far, I'm not really
부분을 좀
sure how to
수련하고 싶어서
manage my
그런
mindset.
생각을 하셨던 건가요?
최종전이 서킷인데 제가
네네.
좀 어려워하는 맵인데 만약에 최종전을 뚫고 올라가면
You said you wanted to play that final match today because you wanted to try to practice more being cool on stage.
네.
일단 2승으로
This season, I'm expecting to make it to the finals, so I want to have as much stage experience as I can get. Anyways, I'm still happy with my 2 wins, though, and the fact that I can advance.
유난히 좀 난전 양상이 많은 것 같습니다. 이영환 선수와의 첫 번째 경기도 그랬는데 이 커세어
Whenever we watch your games, there seems to be a lot of fights back and forth.
12시 방향에 저글링과 럴커가 기습 공격이 들어왔어요.
You had some really early attacks with the DTs against Shine.
이때의 상황을 좀 어떻게 대처해야겠다고 생각을 하셨나요?
But Shine had these great counterattacks. Your base was exposed. What was going on in your mind at that point?
그걸 못 깼으면 이제 제가 침착함을 좀 잃었을 텐데 이제
I knew if I didn't kill that hatchery, I probably would not be able to recover. I was panicking after that moment.
김성현 선수와의
But since I knew
경기에서도
that
이 첫 번째 경기가 끝나고 도재욱 선수와의 승자전을
once I get a lead after taking out the hatchery,
김성현 선수가 좀
I
까다롭게
was
할
able to keep a good
거라고 예상을
mindset.
하셨던 것 같아요.
일단은 트렌지가 포스가 이제
Let's talk about that game against Last.
재욱이 형이 올라올
You really were able to
거라고
manage his movement.
그래서 이제 재욱이 형전을
I actually thought Best was going to be beating Last and I'd be doing a PvP. I had a lot more builds prepped for PvP.
근데 이제 테란전은 실피드도 괜찮다.
But then when Last make it to the winners finals,
다행인 것 같아요.
이 김성현 선수가
They make me a little bit
정말
uneasy.
공격적으로 초반부터 압박이 들어왔거든요. 근데 이 위험을 좀 감지를 하셨는지
So Last did that 2-factory rush at the start of the game.
일단은 성현이 형이 좀 저한테 안정적인 플레이를 많이 하는데
After you got your robo made, you made 2 more gates.
받고 시작을 하거나 아니면
Yeah, usually when I play Last, he does a lot of safe builds, not builds like that.
보고 아 뭔가는 무조건 오겠다 싶어가지고 이제 게이트를 좀 빨리 늘렸어요.
When I saw his tanks and 4 Marines coming out, I thought, okay, something's up. I'm going to be pushed.
다수 탱크를 동반한
So he made 2 more gates.
그것도 옵저버로 좀 다 지켜보고 계셨는데 이 정도면 투리버로 막을 수 있겠다라는
Your
생각이 좀
observer scouting
하시나요?
was really good back there. You're able to trace everything he was doing.
그 다음에 오는 러시는 이제 무조건 막는다.
Did you think you're going to be able to hold off that rush with the Reavers?
막으면서 점점 좀 자신감이 생겼던 변현재 선수의 경기가
Well, I hit off the early
아니었나
rush.
생각이
Whatever's coming
듭니다.
after that,
자, 이제
I know that I
8강에서는
should probably be fine.
두 번째로 진출한 2위 진출자와 만나게 되실 것 같아요. 이 정윤종 선수, 김윤중 선수 그리고 D조 2위 선수 아무래도 토스를 만날 확률이
In the
좀
quarterfinals,
높은데요.
you're going to be facing Rain or Shuttle.
일단은
You also have a high chance of facing the Protoss. What's your? How are you feeling about that?
아,
그 확률만 아니면 좋겠어요.
그
As long
확률만
as Flash
아니면
doesn't fall to the
알겠습니다.
second spot,
또 2위로 이영호 선수가
I think I'm
올라와도
okay.
만나지 않을 수도 있어요.
네, 그래서 이제
네.
2위로 올라오고 만나는 상황만 안 그려졌으면
아,
좋겠어요.
네, 알겠습니다. 또 변현재 선수는 워낙 멀리 내다보는 선수이기
So
때문에
basically, yeah, he was just reiterating, I don't want to face Flash in the
하지 않을까 하는
quarterfinals.
생각이 드는데요.
Other than that,
형이랑은 뭐 높은
I
곳에서
guess you seem pretty
만나고
satisfied.
네,
이제 8강에서는 만나기 싫어요.
네, 알겠습니다. 자, 끝으로 팬들에게
He
한마디
says, I hope to meet
부탁드립니다.
Flash in the finals.
일단은
or higher end.
부터 이제 영환이
Any words to your fans?
걱정 많이 하셨는데 일단 다행히 2승으로 진출해서
A lot of fans really worried about me
이제
picking
8강에서도
Shine,
좋은 모습 보여드릴 테니까 많은 응원 부탁드립니다.
but I'm happy that I'm
네,
making the
다시 한번
quarterfinals,
1위로 8강
and I'm
진출하시길
ready to show some more
축하드립니다.
awesome games. Well, congratulations once more. He says thank
자, 이렇게
you.
해서 C조에서 가장 먼저
That does it
8강
for the
진출을
interview.
확정진 변현재 선수와 함께했고요.
Really
잠시 후에
impressive hold there by
오늘 두 번째
Minnie.
진출자와
Yeah,
함께
he really
돌아오겠습니다.
microed super well. That was very well done.
We're going to go to a break now. We'll be right back.
5월 올레TV 키즈랜드가 새롭게 찾아왔어요. 우리 아이 교육이 항상 걱정이시라고요? 이제 안심하고 키즈랜드에 맡겨보세요. 아이를 위한 서비스만 모아놓은 올레TV 키즈랜드. 어떻게 달라졌는지 살펴볼까요? 먼저 아이의 눈높이에 맞춘 심플한 키즈 전용 메뉴. 어때요? 메뉴만 봐도 안심되시죠? 유튜브 키즈는 기본, 플러스 18,000편의 무료 키즈 콘텐츠까지. 국내 최대란 바로 이런 거죠. 광고 NO, 유해 콘텐츠 NO. 안심하고 믿고 보는 키즈 빅3 채널. 캐리TV에 이어 뽀로로, 핑크퐁. 너희들도 채널이 생긴 거니? 무료로 볼 수 있는 건 다 아시죠? 우리 조카가 좋아하겠는데? 흥미로운 3단계 책 읽기는 어떨까요? 읽기 전, 읽으며, 읽은 후. 매일 전문가가 추천해주니까 자연스럽게 길러지는 우리 아이 독서 습관. 책만 읽으면 끝이냐고요? 아니죠. 공룡책을 읽고 TV 속 버튼만 누르면 동화 속 공룡 나라로 출발.
엄마, 빨리 핑크퐁 사과댄스 틀어줘요. 알았어.
레디, 액션! 혼자만 보기 아까웠던 우리 아이 동영상. 컷! 이제 저장하고 영상 공유도 가능하대요. 할머니, 할아버지께 보내드리면 정말 좋아하시겠죠? TV 속 정말 최고인데요? 뽀로로와 함께 풍선 터뜨리며 놀다 보면 영어 실력이 쑥쑥! 나도 해볼까? 야, 이건 또 뭐죠? 자녀 안심 리모컨까지. 저도 신청해야겠는데요? 어때요? 이 정도면 자랑할 만하죠? 어서 키즈랜드로 놀러오세요. 놀면서 배우는 TV, 키즈랜드.
Always on, only TV.
SBS and AfreecaTV presents.
We're back
ASL
at the ASL.
Season
I'm
6.
finishing my food. It's still in my mouth. Good to have you guys back.
Indeed.
How is everybody doing? Pretty good, huh? After Mini won that game, I'm feeling good.
Yeah, no, he did well. Good on him. Well deserved. Rapid filled us in that Flash thought that, first off, Flash beat Last when Last was doing that build with Flash's Protoss. But of course, Flash's Protoss is top 10 player in the world. Literally not even joking. And he thought that he shouldn't have gotten Siege, he should have gotten Speed. So, cool little update. Thank you to Rapid for that. Anyways, going into the next match. Best against Shine. I think it's a hard matchup for Best. What do you think?
I think it's a hard matchup for Best. I mean, you know Shine's going to do something weird. That was so interesting, that last game. I mean, there was a lot of brilliance in what Shine tried to do to Mini. Identifying that, oh, you're going to make a lot of Corsairs? You probably don't have a cannon. You're definitely not going to have a robo up in time. All I have to do is kill your cannon and I'm in.
Yeah. You know, I wonder about this map in the wall as well. Well, actually, yeah, because there's a little unbuildable area, so you can't full building it, but I guess you can just put a couple sellouts there. So, never mind. But, I don't know. Best is not bad at PvZ, but it is his tough matchup.
Well, is there anything really weird that Best can try to do here? I don't think he's going to do anything out of the ordinary. I think he just wants to get a fast expand up and try to hold off.
Just get Psystorm in time.
Toughest day at Best for Best ever, man. Shine and then Last.
It's really rough,
I
too.
feel like Shine's got a better shot of escaping than Best does at this point in time.
Yeah. 2 days ago, he lost in KSL as well, so...
Now play on Sylphid.
Sylphid.
So, Best up at the top. You see.
Best looking kind of agitated.
Yeah, maybe he didn't want that spawn spot.
Could be.
Shine in bottom right.
Poker face as usual. Yeah, maybe it has to do with what kind of wall you need to have at your natural. Protosses definitely have some spots they prefer over others.
Yeah.
For fast expanding.
One thing that jumps out to me is that that is a peculiar gas placement.
Yeah.
So I don't know if this is what it is, but just the first thing that I see is that most maps don't have a main that looks like this. It would be incredibly hard to defend against Mutalisks with static D in a position like this, but I don't think that's necessarily what he's complaining about.
Some more support down here in the audience. So Shine, I don't see any pull from him just yet. More blood for Best.
A very popular streamer. Everyone loves that macro toss.
So the probe is going to come down here. A little bit of scouting off, go inside and see that Shine is actually going to go for a pool now.
Is that just overpool, I guess?
I think so. Overpool's kind of it's one of the really good ways to open up the game. Kind of just
seems like it's the most standard opener in ZVP right now.
Yeah.
It's kind of like a
well, you don't die to a cannon rush, you don't die to a zealot rush, you don't really die to anything, and then you still have enough drones that you have momentum.
So did Best just scout the natural at the bottom and then go over to the other main?
Yeah.
I believe that's what occurred.
That was something very weird with what happened back there.
Yeah, he may have thought that it was going to be hatchery first. We did see Shine do that in the previous map, but definitely
you want to be careful about stuff like that, man. If you try to scout too soon, or maybe he didn't see the Overlord. I think Shine might have hit the Overlord more effectively.
Oh, yeah,
so
that
could
could
go
be
over, and it threw him off, and so.
Yeah.
It's this weird thing where the Protosses have all these scouting paths mapped out and memorized, but then, of course, once they memorize them, the Zergs start to mix up those scouting paths.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot going on here that you can easily miss if you're not following really closely.
Yeah, it's kind of the flow of the meta as well. I always enjoy that part of it, where it's like, oh, this trend is starting now because of this other trend that's been going on for a bit.
Right.
And then that kind of adjusts everything. If everyone's being really greedy, then cheeses will start, and then suddenly people will play more safe, and then we'll go back towards greedy on the cheesy side.
Okay, gotta put the probe back here. This is like a little bit of econ harassment. You mine one of their minerals, and then you start to mess around with the drones, trying to get them to pull off. You can do a lot more worker harass here in StarCraft 1. You know, it just wasn't quite timed out nicely enough. And these two Lings, I mean, this is a real problem.
Yeah, it really is. Just even two Zerglings in here.
Yeah. Seems like it wouldn't be, but it really is. Now, Best control pretty good.
Already one probe, and look at all the lost mining time, too.
Yeah, 4 probes running around trying to stop that. They immediately go back. That's going to trigger Shine to come back in and start doing even more harass. And again, I mean, until there's a Zealot out to chase us away, actually, even when there is a Zealot out, still not good.
Takes a long time to kill these Lings. Oh my gosh, you see how much lost mining time?
This is hurting my eyes watching this.
It's just 2 Zerglings from an overpool.
Yeah.
They just ran past.
Well, you know, you cannot...
Best thought he was so cool making that Nexus before his cannon, didn't he?
This is the thing, man. You know, if they get there just in time, we've seen this happen more than once with Overpool, where the Protosses are trying to get that other Nexus out, but man, yeah, if they don't stop the Lings, I mean, you could just straight up die.
Yeah. It's a pretty significant amount of damage so far to that economy. But
only
Best
2 Lings
isn't dead.
Only 2 Lings back at home, so Shine is really getting a lot of drones here.
Another probe goes down.
Oh, Best is going to be so stressed out right now in a situation like this one.
How many more kills will he be able to pick up? There's also all the scouting he gets. Isn't worried about anything crazy happening to him, so he can really be greedy, like you said. That was some good micro right there by Best, but just puts a bit of damage on him.
Stargate on the way. It's not just that these Lings slow down probes. By the way, you know, again, if you're not really acquainted with mining and RTS, it can look like it's no big deal. The Lings are just kind of moving around, but actually, you're losing a lot of money.
Yeah, it's a huge amount. Oh,
yeah,
God.
with Ling speed down, the Lings are doubly scary.
Shine with miss micro as soon as the speed's done. Lost a Ling and took the damage on another. Oh, is he just going to run past the cannon? Oh, no, Tasus.
Yeah, well, he can actually run and kill the cannon here.
Oh, Tasus.
Watch this. I don't see a second Zealot out. A lot of times they'll send one of their Zealot out to try to start attack. Okay, there it is. Oh, very good body blocking, but these Lings are going to get by anyways. And there's still, again, there's no cannon here in the main.
Yeah, he might need to make one, though. I think he did start one there. Yeah, there it is. Oh, gosh.
Okay, this is actually pretty good defense, though, from Best so far. Problem is that when you go back and look at what the Zerg has, we'll eventually get a glimpse of that. I mean, they have a lot.
Yeah, he really does. Ooh. Yeah, these Lings are actually doing less than the 2 Lings from before.
Yeah.
Turns out Shine should not get Zergling speed. That's what I've learned today.
Yeah. Damn. Well, Best is going to send these Zealots out. The problem is Lings with speed, they can deal with them, but you have to do something to keep the Zerg making more Lings. Okay, here we go. Can he do enough damage here with this? One drone goes down immediately.
Oh,
okay.
Pretty nice so far.
Now the Lings are going to come up. He can wedge himself back behind the gas, kind of where those bones are.
Yeah.
Yeah, like that.
It's got a sunken now, and that it did get one hit off on the lot, so can clean it up reasonably well.
Oh my God, great play here. Keeping that Corsair alive. He's going to amass a little bit more. We did see the Citadel was down here.
Okay, so with the Scourge out, looks like he made 6 total. Tried to catch a Corsair, but did not work. Does he have his Hydralist then? He does, right? It is natural.
Oh, he has to have one, right?
Yeah, I would imagine. Oh, he's going straight up to the 4 base play. That's pretty quick, actually.
Well, you can do this, man. No, I mean, it's actually not too quick, really. You eventually have everything held here. I mean, this is why this build is so scary, is you get that base for free. If it's any other positioning where you don't have a natural, then it's risky, but you're really only having to defend from 2 areas on the ground, so.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that, but yeah, I guess seeing it this quickly as the 6th hatch, and he hasn't really made any combat units yet. I guess he had just now made it, but anyways, Mutalisks are the choice here before Shine. I mean, Best is pretty well defended. I don't think he's going to take damage from this.
Best is going to have Storm pretty soon here. A bunch of gateways, and then he's pretty much where he needs to be. Oh, I'm sorry. There's no cannon over there.
That's a big deal.
I can't believe he didn't go shoot down that cannon. I guess he's afraid of those Corsairs coming back.
Yeah.
It's probably better to just try to get some probes if you can.
Very decent damage. Oh, the Scourge were in there too. He just killed 2 of them.
See that?
Gosh. Ooh, a bit of a mistake there by Best. You can't be micro the Corsairs away from cannons. A lot of damage done.
Storm does basically nothing.
Shine is looking really good right now. Look how slumped in his seat Best is. And look how high up Shine is.
Shine is sitting up perfectly straight.
Is this a posture thing, or is this a who's winning and who's losing thing?
He's going to continue to hit these probes. I mean, so many probes have been killed so far. Look at this. I mean, the thing is, the Corsair will eventually kill these mutants, but how many probes are going to actually die here before this is
Best is so hurt.
Oh my God, he even gets away. 3 mutants get out.
Oh my gosh.
There's going to be a lot of Hydras on the ground here.
Yeah, now he's on 6 hatches. Shine is already ahead in supply. We're 9 minutes in. This is not how it's supposed to look, Tasteless.
No, Artosis, this is not how it's supposed to look.
And in even games, Best definitely has more right now. Oh, this is just so brutal. And he what is he even supposed to do here?
Well, I mean, Zerg's kind of done what Zerg needed to do early on, was keep the Protoss slowed down. The growth for Best has been curved so heavily that I don't know. He had that perfect storms. The thing is, there's going to be so many Hydras coming out now. Protoss eventually has to have a 3rd base. They don't need it right away.
Yeah.
Like, this game can go on for a little bit longer and they don't have a 3rd base, and it's okay. But I think that Zerg might have enough to just stop that 3rd base from even being taken here.
And he's actually putting a lot of damage on that Corsair as well. He might actually end up killing it.
There's actually been more damage that Protoss has been taking in this game than there's been times where Protoss isn't taking damage.
Yeah,
think about that.
That is true.
Lings and Mutas have been flying around, hitting enough stuff that, you know, he's basically okay. Now, he could even go for a drop here if he wants to as well. Best knows this is coming, too. Speed range Hydras, usually with +1 range attack, are really popular right now.
Yeah.
Especially these kind of mid-game fighting units.
He's actually got like 5 storms.
Well, I'm a little bit surprised that he's actually trying to come up here, but I guess if you have enough, even with some storms, as long as you kind of move out of the way, you'll eventually run him over.
Well, he's got so much macro going right now. Maybe he thinks that this is his chance before there gets even more storms. The storms are, there's only 1 more storm left, I believe. Yeah, there's 1 on that one. This is a very sloppy attack from Shine.
Yeah, I think he's back macroing up a bunch of stuff. Problem is, you know, you can see these Dragoons that can kind of try to shoot. Basically, Shine's waiting for the storm to come down. He just runs right out. Getting all that energy back for another storm is pretty damn hard to do.
Yeah, it takes quite a while.
What's his drone doing here?
Please make a hatchery.
Please. No, he's going to send it back.
Oh.
He's not doing any of that 2001 stuff, Artosis.
Well, he could just goof on him if he feels far enough ahead.
Yeah, that's true. And you can see that Zerg just has the right number of drones. The number of hatcheries coming down here is getting really scary. When Zerg is on 4 base and they're getting a lot of tier 1 units like Hydras, oh, you can get so much out.
Yeah, especially now that he's going up to 8 hatches. 8.
Yeah.
I didn't even know that was the number you could have of hatcheries.
You can have it, dude. Just keep making Hydras and Lings.
He's switching back into Mutas now.
So the Mutas are here. If the Protoss pushes out, the Mutas try to snipe down the Templars.
Yeah.
And then what happens is after the Templars are gone, the Hydras can engulf the rest of the army and basically kill it off.
Yeah, very easily at that
Hydras
point.
do damage so fast. And in StarCraft 1, you can actually micro them like crazy and end up winning fights like that.
They're very responsive.
Yeah.
I mean, there are a good amount of Dragoons, but Dragoons don't kill Mutas quickly. So you kind of have to storm the Mutas well, and then hit them with the.
So this is the moment to pounce right now. There's a base being taken here. It's an obvious location, and so he's going to come in here and look at this. He just flies right over everything. Now, if he just gets the Templars, only one Templar there.
And it doesn't
now
have
the
a storm.
Hydras come in. Yep.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, hold on, hold
Wow.
on. These two Templars that came out of those gateways are looking pretty good.
Yeah.
Shine binding up all these Hydras on different hotkeys.
Good usage of Mutas there. All right. I mean, he should be able to just bash through at this point, I would say.
I think so. I actually wish we could do a super zoom out shot here.
Yeah.
I'd really like to see this. Okay, you can see, yeah, hitting from both sides. These Hydras should be able to kill off everything. Another great storm.
Quite a few Hydras left over here. You know,
Yeah.
he cleans it up, and he actually has a decent amount of Dragoons left over.
Yeah, if the Hydra count is small enough, then Dragoons can kind of do the trick, and I'm wondering if maybe this was a miscalculation. I really thought he was going to be able to do more damage. I think it would have been better if he had all the Hydras hitting mostly from the left side.
Yeah.
Since some of those smaller groups of Hydras, once the initial fight was won, you can see the reinforcements are coming in there. And this means Best has a shot.
Oh, but if he moves out, I feel like this is the one way that we know he's just going to die. When you're on 8 hatches on 4 bases, this counterattack doesn't do anything. You need to get an ultimate unit composition as Protoss, and this is not that.
Well, he might be trying to get into the middle of the map to see if there's stray units somewhere.
Okay. So he'll turn around then?
I actually think he's not going to turn around.
Okay.
I
Well,
think
he's got a big
have
supply
Zealots
lead.
and Dragoons, yeah.
Maybe he can do it.
He's going to have a supply lead in this phase of the game, but that doesn't mean that Zerg isn't really scary. So yeah, he was trying to do a sweep in the middle of the map. Sometimes there's bad rallies or stray units.
Sure.
Things get kind of chaotic in
a
this
couple
game.
units
so,
here and there.
Yeah. Now, is this a drop?
I don't know. It could be. Looks like Best thinks it is. Send a bunch of units back in the main base. Yeah, with no hive yet. I think you're right.
Okay, so he's chased that away.
You know, Shine's macro is still huge, but Best has done a fantastic job of staying in this
Well,
game.
he's showing exactly why he is so revered as a Protoss player. This guy was so behind, and eventually it seems like he's actually pushing back against one of the craziest, cheesiest, brainiest Zergs there is.
Yeah, and Shine, I mean, Shine has been a little bit sloppy, but it's felt to me like he has been completely ahead the entire game. But now Best has a good amount of High Templars. He's got a pretty solid unit composition. Look, he's on 3-2 upgrades. When did he find time to get 3-2 upgrades?
Yeah, that is pretty crazy, isn't it? So there's another drop coming in here now. I think there might actually be enough to take this on, though. Hydra's unloading. This is quite a lot of them. We see Zealots here. We do not see Templars that are close enough to storm those Hydras. And, of course, with that great play there, takes out that last Templar. I think there might be enough Zealots to take this on, but Best is going to do a counterattack of his own, and there's nothing back here.
This is crazy. I can't believe how good Best is right now. He has done so
Dude,
much hard work.
his screen is everywhere. This is so crazy. Look at this. Yeah, he just did it. He did it.
I have chills right now.
I'm so impressed that he was able to pull this off.
So good. Oh,
wow, never give up, I guess.
Oh my. What?
Look at this.
I literally am getting chills all over my body at how good he is. Best is a god.
That was just so well done. The fact that he held up everything everywhere, ended the counterattack, and just ripped Shine apart at the seams of his defense.
Yeah. Shine had every little trick in the book. He did ridiculous harassment all game long. He had some scary attacks come in, but Best holds everything. He's getting flanked everywhere. It doesn't matter. Drops are coming in. It doesn't matter. High templars are getting sniped. It doesn't matter.
Damn. So crazy, man. Yeah, that's going to be
it. Best
We're
is
going to see
expanding
Shine
right
tap out here. Shine is realizing what's happening. Now, the quick little Hydra counterattack is pretty cute.
Yeah.
Since Best is going to be mining out pretty quickly, but
he's losing every base while he does it, though. He has no units left over.
GG. Damn.
Wow. Best. Now that was a comeback. What a badass. Last was probably like, ha ha ha, I'm playing TVZ next. And then Best has a comeback like that. Sorry, Last.
Today is the game of comebacks. Today has been the day of people in bad situations overcoming it.
Yeah, it
willing their way
been.
through. To the point where you got to realize, damn, in a game like this, you really can come back from a lot.
Earlier this season, weren't we talking about how like cheesy play is very strong in these best of ones and stuff?
Yeah.
Well, everyone that's doing damage and trying to attack early on, it's not working for them. It's the defenders, it's the virtuous nerds that are advancing.
Yep, the virtue nerds are winning today. Shine just devastated with that loss. I mean, I thought he was going to win that game. He had a lead for a huge chunk of it.
Yeah.
Until he did the Buta Hydra attack. We thought it was going to run him over, but Best just is macroing so hard.
Getting great upgrades, too. I can't believe he was on 3-2 at the end.
Can you imagine being Shine playing a game like that and then losing?
The mini game, too.
You know how scary Best is?
Yeah.
He's a Zerg player. From that Zerg's perspective, it's like, whoa, that guy's really good. Jesus.
Well, the mini game too. Like Shine was ahead in both games. Like you can see why he's very confident in his ZVP. He did a lot of things right, but at the end of the day, both of the Protoss eke it out.
All right, guys, we're gonna go to a break. We come back. The final match: Best versus Last.
올레TV 키즈랜드가 새롭게 찾아왔어요. 우리 아이 교육이 항상 걱정이시라고요? 이제 안심하고 키즈랜드에 맡겨보세요. 아이를 위한 서비스만 모아놓은 올레TV 키즈랜드. 어떻게 달라졌는지 살펴볼까요? 먼저 아이의 눈높이에 맞춘 심플한 키즈 전용 메뉴. 어때요? 메뉴만 봐도 안심되시죠? 유튜브 키즈는 기본, 플러스 18,000편의 무료 키즈 콘텐츠까지. 국내 최대란 바로 이런 거죠. 광고 NO, 유해 콘텐츠 NO. 안심하고 믿고 보는 키즈 빅3 채널. 캐리TV에 이어 뽀로로, 핑크퐁. 너희들도 채널이 생긴 거니? 무료로 볼 수 있는 건 다 아시죠? 우리 조카가 좋아하겠는데? 흥미로운 3단계 책 읽기는 어떨까요? 읽기 전, 읽으며, 읽은 후. 매일 전문가가 추천해주니까 자연스럽게 길러지는 우리 아이 독서 습관. 책만 읽으면 끝이냐고요? 아니죠. 공룡책을 읽고 TV 속 버튼만 누르면 동화 속 공룡 나라로 출발.
엄마, 빨리 핑크퐁 상어댄스 틀어줘요.
알았어. 레디, 액션! 혼자만 보기 아까웠던 우리 아이 동영상. 컷! 이제 저장하고 영상 공유도 가능하대요. 할머니, 할아버지께 보내드리면 정말 좋아하시겠죠? TV 속 정말 최고인데요? 뽀로로와 함께 풍선 터뜨리며 놀다 보면 영어 실력이 쑥쑥! 나도 해볼까? 야, 이건 또 뭐죠? 자녀 안심 리모컨까지. 저도 신청해야겠는데요? 어때요? 이 정도면 자랑할 만하죠? 어서 키즈랜드로 놀러 오세요. 놀면서 배우는 TV 키즈랜드.
Always on, only TV.
SBS and AfreecaTV presents ASL Season 6.
With Tastosis, playing StarCraft 1 at the studio. Guys, we got one more game coming up here. This is a good way to end it. Best or last. I guess no matter what, though, I'm kind of sad. One of these guys doesn't get to move on.
Yeah.
I'm a huge fan of both of these dudes.
Yeah, well, they're basically the two macro players of their races, if you don't count Flash for the Terran. This guy's really the only other one that you look at and say, oh, that's a macro Terran right there. That's a guy that just wants to make a bunch of units. And of course, Best, I mean, if he loses here, it's going to be a while before we see him in another big tournament. So it is kind of a heart-wrencher. But I mean, the game that Best just won, as far as I'm concerned, he should just go into the round of 4 after that game. Screw this.
That was incredible.
He is amazing. He is so good.
I think this is going to be a long game as well. Circuit Breakers is a huge map.
Yeah, this definitely could be like a very long game. But, you know, there are rushes you can pull off if you don't want to go into that type of game.
Yeah, that's true. That's very true, Artosis.
You know, you could always two-fact again. I don't think we'll see that. It's a little bit harder on this map than other maps anyways.
Yeah, this map doesn't lend itself to two-fact. Sometimes that actually makes it good, though, in a kind of weird way.
Sure, absolutely. So Protoss might play a bit more greedy or something like that, but a lot of different pressure builds that we could see. Of course, the Reaver plays was very strong. Pretty normal nowadays.
Well, we have both of our players joining into the game now. By the way, guys, when we wrap this up today, we'll be back on Thursday. That's the next ASL day. I know these ASL days kind of move around a little bit.
Yeah.
It's hard to keep track of all the StarCraft stuff. We'll be there.
Well, so will Flash and Jadon, so I think everyone's going to be watching.
Just like that restaurant, right? Thank God it's Thursday.
Yeah.
You know, I love that place, man.
TGIT.
TGIT.
To get, as they say.
All right, guys, this is the last game. Best versus last.
Now playing on Circuit Breakers.
Break those circuits.
Consider them broken, my friend.
Ooh, one big loud cheer out there. It sounded like a big owl was in here. Woo!
It's Best bottom left.
At the bot right. Last.
Thanks, Gunter.
Gunther. You're talking about that old that guy who was like a DJ?
No, I called you.
You
Gunter.
touched my tri-light long. No. What is that? What is your reference to? Oh, that's Gunter, I guess.
Gunter, isn't that just like a name used in areas that have an accent like that? It's like Gunter would be like a guy with a rusted truck or something. I don't know.
Okay. I've never heard the name Gunter. Actually, I didn't.
You've never heard of it?
No, never heard it.
Huh. Well, look it up, Tasteless. Maybe you'll want to use it if you ever have a kid.
That's right. Young Gunter Plot. He's coming along very well. As a little apprentice caster. Okay, so yeah, I mean, what do we expect here? I think Reaver play is totally within the realm of like normal. Protoss is like doing that.
Sure.
Maybe he will skip that. I think Best wants to go into a super late game. I'm really hoping we have like that ideal PVT where it's like the Protoss is going all over the map. Terran's powering up. Arbiters are flying around. Tasis is screaming.
You know, it almost feels, and this can't be right by definition, but it almost feels like both of their best chance is to get into a game like that, right? That can't be right. Right? It can't be true.
Yeah.
For one of them, it has to be false, but I don't know which one it would be.
Yeah.
Thing is, like, I mean, I watch a decent amount of the StarCraft 1 streams, and I tell you, when Flash gets out macroed, 2 times out of 4 it's best. When there's like a Protoss out macroed and he just dies to a lot of units.
Yeah, it's got
3 out of 6 it's best, swear to God.
Well, we have Last going for a CC first, Artosis.
What?
This is really, really greedy. And Best, let's see, which way is the probe going to go? Up. It's going the wrong direction.
I don't think he made a Zealot or anything either. So, hey, you know, you can get away with it.
Now, with this build, you can still do that strategy where you put a Robo outside there and push it, right?
Against the CC first?
Yeah. I don't know. I don't have the math on all
He would
this.
have to do it pretty quickly from here. People have gotten a little bit better against Reaver pushes, but if it's a close one that walks up, I think it still breaks you.
Yeah, that seems to be one of the most hard counter things I've ever seen in the game. That was cool when Snow showed that to us.
Yeah.
I went home that night and just thought, wow, we're just going to keep learning about this game.
Yeah. I don't think it's going to be able to happen at this point. He's scouting him too late. He's already got Dragoon range on the way and all this.
Because had Best actually scouted the bottom right first, I think he actually could have just done this.
Maybe, but that has to be in Last Mind as well, so maybe he has a reasonable counter to it.
Yeah. Maybe if he sees the Reaver over there, he lifts the CC up and just runs back, or I don't know what. I have no idea.
Yeah, I guess if you went up your ramp and had a bunker there, the Reaver can't really push that easily at all.
I don't think so. I think you just get the CC to land over there later on. You've already made enough.
And you know,
SCVs.
Protoss doesn't have a Nexus if they're hitting that timing. So.
Okay. The probe is finally going to come down here and see exactly what Last has done. Although I wonder, I need to check the math on this. Is like, you know, how... Okay, he actually set the probe in there to make sure he saw a CC, just to say, wait a minute.
Yeah.
You're not
You're
faking me out now.
He knows the CC first now for sure.
Okay, so let's see what Best, one of the greatest Protosses there is. He looks at this situation and he doesn't like it for sure.
Yeah.
Terran's already mining, whereas the Nexus is still warping in here for Best. What is Best going to show us?
I think he's going to go directly into Reaver.
Mm-hmm.
But with builds like this, you generally go blind turret ring.
It would make sense, right?
Yeah, you have
what else
so
is
much
do
extra
to
stuff
you?
going on.
Nothing.
That,
He can't do anything to you.
Yeah, the front isn't going to be broken. You have a bunker there, and you're going to go into siege tanks with siege mode 99% of the time with this. So your front won't be broken. It's really the shuttle that you have to watch out for. So generally, you just get turrets. It's really not that expensive to make sure you don't die to anything. And you generally have almost no scouting intel when you do this build, too. Dragoon catches your SCV, and then it's over. So let's see if Best does go for that. See, there's that eBay.
Second add-on coming down here now. Again, there's no tanks out just yet. So Protoss can be a little bit abusive to the Terran. Of course, Terran's still ahead economically by the way this is mathing out with the mining.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. He's got so many SCVs right now, it's crazy.
So when that
first to the top? That's Oh, that's for micro purposes, maybe? I'm surprised on that, though. He should build a...
Well, I guess he doesn't want... There's enough space if the Dragoons could maybe run by and kind of stay away, out of range of the bunker, whereas the place below the bunker is a bit more congested.
Yeah, that's fair.
So
and you have the ramp that you can trap them at.
Can you elevator this?
Yeah. If the tanks are up at the front, like if you put on enough pressure that he's really committing to frontal defense, you could try that.
Because if he gets one Reaver out here, he could try putting that all in there.
I feel like one of your first like 3-4 depots probably should be in the corner of your base, so maybe a slight mistake there, but...
Now he's going to try to push out. Now this is a little bit weird, because of course you don't want to be out on the map like this if you're against a Reaver, but of course Last doesn't 100% know that it's going to be a Reaver.
You know, he might be checking to make sure that this wasn't just like 3 range goons with double Nexus. Because that wouldn't be a bad way to play either. You know, a lot of people would prefer that even, to just be like, oh, you took a fast expand? Okay, I'm going to double expand.
Yeah.
You know? So I think that that's what he's looking for here. Getting a starport at home. Look, there's that turret ring. Yeah, look at that. He goes right to where the third base would be. It's not there. Okay. I think he'll just go home now. Because if there's no third here, either
well, you're going to be pretty uneasy as Last right now, saying, whoa, 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 back.
Yeah. Luckily, he has a turret ring, so probably won't die.
And Best has been very passive this game here. Oh, wow. Is he really going to try to do this?
Huh.
Let's see what happens. Okay, he's just going to lay some mines so he can basically keep tabs on the Protoss and then go back. I thought he was going to push for a second. I thought, gosh, that seems pretty...
Now that I'm looking at this, he actually left his base around 6 minutes. If you leave your base around 6 minutes with 3 tanks and 4 or 5 Marines with Vulture Rally, that's a legitimate normal move-out time. I wasn't aware that you could do that with the command center first, but... Wow, it's just such a strong build when you can make your command center before your barracks. Oh my god.
Second Reaver's out. Surely shuttle speed's done by now. And Best, you know, just kind of going for this very moderate 2-base Arbiter.
Yeah.
He is going to third base now, but you get the idea.
It's
2-base Arbiter is, I think, one of the best things Protoss can do nowadays is you're kind of safe against everything. And of course, you're getting those Arbiters out. Those Arbiters are a real threat.
You know, I agree with you. I don't know if like all the pros agree, because I don't see just 2-base Arbiter too often. I tell you, I lose to it just about every time. It's
a great build.
It's just the Arbiter gives you a lot of flexibility and different things that you can do. Look at this Vulture drop though. Oh my god.
Not that much here to defend.
No. You can lay some mines down, make this very difficult to clean up.
So I think a pretty good pull away there.
Yeah, he's not going to lose too many probes, it looks like. Oh! Okay, good Zala.
Okay, so he's basically going to clean this up, no problem.
That was a much quicker clean than I thought it would be.
Yeah, I'm quite impressed, to be honest. Ooh. Oh. So he's gotten the second shuttle now. Okay, good catch there. Takes that out. Yeah, and so he's got 2 shuttles.
Yeah.
And he might try to just stop Last from ever getting a third base here. And Last is intending to do just that, is take a third base. But with 2 shuttles, sometimes you can do a bust.
How many tanks does he have? He has to have 6-7 tanks. I
think he might have more than that.
I think if he's just very careful moving down, I don't think he can get busted here. He should be able to secure this third. You know, I'm really excited by the way that Best is playing this too, because he hasn't overextended anywhere.
No.
You know, you might get flustered as a Protoss player playing against one of the very best macro players in the world who has gotten such a build order advantage. I think a lot of players would have tried to dive in and do something by now, but Best just keeps pulling back and saying, no, let's bring it longer. Let's get to a later part of the game.
Yeah, I mean, it's actually very impressive. Now, yeah, I guess you just get more Arbiters, start expanding to the top left. I don't think he's going to break him. I think you're right, Artosis. Yeah. The only reason why I'm occasionally reluctant to say that is we've seen so many games where they get a ton of shells and just fly in there.
It's true.
And start unloading stuff everywhere.
It is unreasonably popular at the moment to just get like 3 speed shuttles, just fly right in, bomb all the tanks. Good macro hitting right now for Last. His second armory is actually pretty late. Not the biggest deal, but something. Okay,
2 shuttles again. Yeah, any opening here. get 1 or 2 Reaver drops off. I mean, that's the thing is when Terran's on only 2 or 3 bases and you get a Reaver shot in their worker line, you're going to kill a lot of their workers.
Yeah, that's very true. Best, by the way, look at this. He's taking his 4th base. He's actually down in supply right now. But the Reaver, the speed shuttles, all this stuff is kind of keeping him back.
Okay, more gates coming down here. Yeah, Lass is getting to a pretty insane amount of growth. Again, this was Command Center first versus a Protoss that got Dragoons out right away and expanded later. So, I mean, this is looking good for the Terran. You generally don't want to have the Terran be ahead of you in supply. I'm worried about a later game push Artosis.
Yeah, with the upgrades and everything.
I mean, Reavers are great, but I mean, eventually if you have too many tanks, I mean, those Reavers do just die, and then it's your Dragoons and Zealots that are not going to do anywhere near as much damage as the Vultures and tanks will. Oh. And it seems like this is a very specific time that actually Lass does want to come out on the map. And it's kind of right when this 4th base is finishing up.
Well, that maybe, I imagine he's getting stasis, so that's going to be a big deal coming up.
God, great control by Lass, even turning away like that. So Protoss is going to keep trying to unload at a further and further distance as Lass goes ahead and leapfrogs these tanks forward.
Oh my gosh,
wow.
This push is so good.
I love the zoom out feature we have now that we can take a look at what this is actually looking like.
Oh my gosh. Look at this, just fearsome push coming in.
And even if he's taking out tanks here and there, I mean, guys, Lass is almost maxed out as his push is coming forward.
But you know what, if he gets spread too much, there's going to be a flank. The Arbiter and a lot of Zealots are down at the bottom. He didn't have Zealot speed last time we saw a Zealot, but hopefully that's done by now.
Should be done.
Yeah. Definitely something you need before you engage this.
I love the Wraith just to chase away the shuttles.
Definitely very annoying.
Wow, okay, so...
Does he have to save that base, or can he give it up?
I think you can't lose any of these bases, man. Once you lose a couple of these bases, Protoss, the game's basically done. Because Protoss never got to that big moment where they had other gates in the top left, you know, where they start to get crazy amounts of money.
Oh.
That goes down. And I mean, now where does Terran go? I mean, Terran could even try to push up. You could actually try to force your way through where the rally point setup is.
Wow, that's, well, if he thinks he can do it, it seems a bit ambitious. Going over the bridges can be a little bit difficult. But this is mostly speedlots in here.
Yep.
So those are not going to trade well on little ramps like this, that's for sure.
Okay, we have one Arbiter coming up, a stasis on some of these tanks, but this isn't going to do anything. There's just too many Vultures.
Oh my gosh, he is just smashing Best right now.
He's just dead. Lass has just won this game, I think.
It looks that way.
I mean, what? Yeah, and I'm not sure exactly where the rally is, but he's going to have to re-rally the gateways into his main now. And here's the thing, when all your gateways are in your bottom left like this, once Terran gets to the bottom of your ramp and has everything set up there, you never get out of your base.
Gotta hit a recall, I guess? Yeah, look at this. There is no way for him to break through.
Okay, no more observers for him.
He's gonna try to bomb some of these tanks. Yeah, absolutely ineffective. Lass just looking so monstrous after a strong opener.
This is so crazy. Yeah, I mean, a lot of this just does come down to the opener. He took a risk and it's paying off. And now there's no way that this many Zealots and Dragoons are ever going to be able to break a position like this, even with a good stasis like that. I mean, how much is there still in the game, right? More than enough.
Nothing left here for Best. He is just going to have to GG, and unfortunately, he's going to be out of the KSL and the ASL. We're in the ASL here.
Yeah, that is basically the end. 110 supply to a maxed out Terran.
Yeah, he's got his 2-1 now. It just finished up as well. Just gets worse and worse.
GG. Lass moves on, and I guess we'll have to wait a little while before we get Best back over here again.
Well,
no KSL for him, no ASL.
He played really well tonight, but you know what? He scouted last at the last spot there. It was a very difficult situation to see a command center first. Last got the build off without a hitch. Macroed like the pro that he is. And despite Best's best efforts, there was never a hole in last play. He never found a way in. Reavers weren't killing SCVs, the tank bombs weren't working.
Well, you can see Best is kind of going over what his situation is right now, you know? No StarCraft 1 tournaments for him for the rest of the year, at least not KSL and ASL.
Yeah.
Damn. Too bad.
Well, we'll be having an interview in a moment here with Last, who moves on in second place.
ASL 시즌 6 16강 C조 경기 모두
Our second player to move on to the round of
8강에 진출한 김성현 선수 만나보겠습니다.
It's
축하드립니다.
Last. He did it. Congratulations. Thank you.
세 번의 토스전이었습니다. 세 시즌 만에 ASL 8강에 돌아오셨는데요.
He faced Protoss 3 times today.
일단은
You're back to the ASL quarterfinals. How do you feel?
부진을 해가지고 이번에 진짜 좀
Recently, I haven't been able to play. Excuse me, I've been playing poorly in the ASL, so I practiced really hard to prove that I could do very well today, and I'm very happy I made it.
정말 많이 하신 게 느껴졌는데 이 처음 두 번의 경기, 도재욱 선수와의 경기 그리고
I too could feel that you prepped very hard to get ready for Protosses.
굉장히 빠르고
That game against Best and that game against Mini.
이 도재욱 선수와의 경기에서는 앞마당을 먹고 박한희
You played
러시를
quite quickly and
가셨는데
aggressively.
변현재 선수와의
I
경기에서는
believe this is in reference to the Best match, the first time they played.
팩토리 이후 바로 공격을 가셨는데 안타깝게 막혔거든요. 좀 이런 빠르고
Also the game where you had a quick expansion.
하셨나요?
네, 일단은 좀
Is that a concept you put a lot of prep?
저는 제가 2승으로 올라갈 줄 알았거든요. 네, 현재가 좀 잘 하더라고요.
I had a lot of aggressive builds planned out for today.
근데 저는 뭐 2승이나 뭐
And Mini was defending everything very, very well.
자신감이 있었기 때문에 딱히 뭐 개의치 않았어요.
그래도
Even when I fell into that final match, I still thought I could most likely advance.
생각이 좀 많아지셨던 것 같아요. 전혀 다른 빌드를 또 꺼내 드셨어요. 노베력 더블.
You had to face off against Best again.
안정적으로 하고 이제 재욱이 형도 이제 뭐 무난하게 하기
Tell us about how that was.
더블이 일단은 먹힐 거라고 생각하고 좀 자신감 있게 꺼내 들었는데.
Yeah, Best was opening in a very standard way.
이 도재욱 선수가 이 차이를 좁히려고
I know he would be able to slow me down early on.
멀티를 가는 타이밍을 놓치지 않고 또 바로
So I definitely made the right decision there with the
멀티를
builder I
먹을 거라고
picked.
좀 생각을 하셨던 건가요? 이때도?
어느 멀티요?
도재욱 선수가 그 차이를 좁히기 위해서 멀티를 가는 선택을 했는데 그 타이밍을 김성현 선수가 놓치지 않고 바로 좀 공격을 가시더라고요.
아, 스캔으로 봤는데
Best had to know that you had a fast expansion once he scouted you.
그래가지고 엄청 유리하구나 해서 그냥 바로 타이밍을 잡았죠.
김성현 선수는
I scanned him though, and I knew that his other expansion was going to be way later.
진출할 거라는 확신이 좀 있었던 것 같습니다. 자, 이제 8강에서는
So I thought once he was expanding himself, I could just bring my army out and start to punish.
만나게 되십니다. 현재까지 올라온 선수가
In the quarterfinals,
김정우 선수 그리고 D조에서
you're going to meet the first player from Group D.
이렇게 세 선수 중 한 분을 8강에서 만나게 되실 텐데요. 좀 어떠신가요?
근데 ASL 8강에서 계속 영호만 만났거든요. 잘 뽑아주셨어요.
Yes, whenever I have quarterfinals in the ASL,
한번 부탁을 해보시죠.
I always end up beating Flash. So hopefully, this time I'm going to have a little bit more luck that I could avoid him.
이영호 선수를 뽑지
Besides
말아달라고
Flash, I think I'm fine facing anybody.
제가 8강 조추첨을 앞두고 좀 부담이
Every player says the same thing.
그래도 8강 정말 많이 준비를 하실 것 같아요, 또.
네, 뭐 누굴 만나던 간에 좀 최선을 다해서 좀 좋은 경기력을 이제 보여드리는 게 목표.
So whoever you face in the quarterfinals,
그러면 김성현 선수를 오늘
my goal is to prepare
마지막까지
great
응원해
games
주신 팬분들께 한마디
and show everybody how hard I've worked.
일단은 좀
Any words to your fans?
분들 이제 너무 감사하고 그리고 제가 최근에 손목이 좀 안 좋아가지고 이제 많이 방송도 많이 못 하고 좀.
All those fans who supported me, I really thank them. I know I've been having some wrist problems. I haven't been able to turn my stream on as much.
인철이가 연습을 도와줬어요. 인철이한테도 이제 고맙다고 전하고.
In the future, my wrist is fully recovered. I'm going to show a lot more streams and a lot more great games.
관리 잘하셔서 8강에서도 더
Silky's
멋진
been
모습
helping me with today's
기대하겠습니다.
matchup.
고맙습니다.
So I also want to thank him.
자, 이렇게 해서 ASL 시즌
well,
6 16강
yeah, he's probably right. He probably does have to play Flash again.
김성현
He has had to play him quite a few times in that round of 8, so it's all true.
Woof, 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 woof. Who let the dogs out? Best
and Shine.
Which dogs didn't get out? Shine and Best. Which dogs advanced? Mini. Last. Woof. I don't know why we're playing this song. Okay, so this was a great day today. We're going to be back for the day to die for.
Yes, indeed.
Thursday. Thursday.
Round of 8 players. Group first, group second. What does that mean? Oh, yeah. The players who got first place and the players who got second place.
Who's going to advance in Group D? J-Dog and Flash. Woof, woof.
2 Terran. 1 Zerg. 3 Protoss.
That's right. Oh, it's going to be a good day. And guys, Light in action, too.
Yeah, no, they're both really good. Don't underestimate them. That just Light action is going to be a great match. They're both very strong macro players. And then, of course, I mean, Flash vs. Jaedong is the best rivalry in all of esports ever. Don't at me.
Yeah. So that's going to be a lot of fun. Thursday, 7 p.m. So you have 1 day off. You get to go rewatch this VOD again.
Yes. 2 times, 3 times if you want.
Build order notebook. Just take some notes down before our next day of school is back. And the greats are going to show us some good games there.
It's going to be an amazing day. The studio is going to be beyond packed. When either one of those play, it's beyond packed. But when they both play,
it's going to be crazy. You need to get down here really early.
Yeah.
I'm not joking. You need to get down here early or you will not get a seat.
The subway is going to be overfilled. There's going to be too many cars on the road. It just everyone wants to see this match.
It's going to be like the beginning of the end of the world. You know, one of those disaster films.
Yeah.
It might cause the end of the world. Jaedong Flash
well,
playing.
if they have a super epic
all the
match,
world leaders are meeting up together on those big multi-screen rooms. We know that this match is coming and we have to do something to stop it.
And think about this. There's a possibility they play twice.
Oh, are you serious?
Only a little bit, because like whoever wins that is favored to win the group. So, but it could happen. It could happen.
I'll take it. So do not miss us on Thursday, 7 p.m.
Yes.
This is all you get for us and for now. ASL.
Yeah.
StarCraft 2 in the GSL studio is done until 2019.
Yeah, and it's going to be pretty fantastic. We have going right through ASL. Most days I play twice a week. Make sure you tune in.
That's all the time we have. Thank you guys so much for joining us. We love you. We will see you on Thursday for a day you're never going to forget.
Came to life for me in moments after dark.